we go.
No, stop it.
There we
Stop
go. All right now.
Let me chase my tail real fast, Nirm.
No, do not chase the tail.
Might help if I
And then
actually
it'll
brought my
surprise
stuff
me
up.
when it boops me on the nose.
Shut up.
There we go.
Anyway, hi everybody, and welcome back to
Hello.
Thanks for Playing,
Thank
the
you
show
for
where
playing.
apparently we chase tails. I guess you came in at a weird time of the conversation. We're sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Well, that's why I kept trying to say, like, and everybody says hi, and I would lie.
No, this is just him. It's okay. It's just him. He always does that. It's kind of his thing. Anyway, as I was saying, trying to do it. There. Okay. But anyway, so as we were saying, hello. Hello, chat. Thank you. Last time we were here, we introduced our new player, who's above me in my thing, but I don't know where he is for y'all.
Down.
He's
Sure.
directly below you, as
Yeah.
you should.
The boy, the man in the group. We introduced a man. And that's where all the problems started. No, it started when we started this game. Anyway, so we introduced Maine, and things went great, as anyone who has watched is very aware. And there was a lot of RP, and they all talked to each other, and there's lots and lots and lots of communication, and they're planning on going out to the wilds, and I'm sure that's gonna go great. So we'll see how it goes today on Thanks for Playing.
Yeah.
This theme song would be if we had one.
Oh, I can't use that one.
No, you can't use that one. It's copyright. If we had a theme song, we'd play it now. If anyone wants to give us a theme song, I will judge it. Anyway, so
We'll take a theme song.
yeah, so with that in mind, welcome back.
Yeah.
So players, things.
Stuff and things.
Things and stuff and stuff and things.
Mhm.
You guys were planning on heading out into the lands of Stolenness. That's about as far as you got. Where
Yeah.
are you headed? I'll move you guys to that map.
Oh,
Because that would be helpful. Because then you could actually,
see
See
where
where you're
we
going,
want to
maybe.
go.
Whatever.
So,
I want to
I
go
must-
where the people are.
Well, you're already where the people are. You have to leave where the people are.
I want to go see the crazy guy.
Valid. Genuinely, absolutely valid choice.
Honestly, Ami just wants to go where there's some scuffles going on, but at the same time, she just wants out.
Alright. So we have one vote for Crazy Guy and one vote for...
My vote, yeah. My vote is actually wherever. The Saren's kind of the
Okay.
same of that.
I was gonna say, we've got to vote
As
for
long as
Coot.
they move,
We
that's
gotta vote
fine.
for yes.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have an opinion?
I mean, I'm conflicted.
Okay.
Sakura would be open for anything as long as we don't go too far south of the river camp. Just strategically thinking, trying to clear out this like castle, stronghold, fort, whatever it is. Because from what we've understood, it's not where the Stag Lord is, but it's another fortress, so it would at least provide us some shelter.
Okay.
Ooh. Actually, yeah, I wouldn't mind going to the temple on way of unusual activity, because I'm hoping for fairies and supernatural things.
Okay.
And that's the other part that I'm torn on, because I kind of want to head this direction, because I've heard that there's a creature I really want to see. But I'm not going to use that to my knowledge. And that's too far south for Sakura, because she doesn't think... Right there, she wants to at least get practice in before we face off against Cressel and people. But I
So is it
think
okay to draw on the map.
Is there a way to draw on the map?
No, is it okay to draw?
Oh yeah, because we can delete it as necessary.
Okay. So yeah, so I love my pufferfish being my puffer dragon being our icon. So yeah, like something like maybe this. Make a loop de loop.
Okay.
That way it also satisfies Sakura's need to not be so far away. And if we don't bring a certain rogue with us, she'll have a chance to see him again.
Just bear in mind that this is just bear in mind that bridge is the camp where Cressel's supposed to reside.
Right.
So just reminding.
Do not actually go through it, but that's why I didn't go through the icon. But to circumvent and check it out. Do some what's the word I'm looking for?
Reconnaissance.
Thank you.
I mean,
And-
that we go out this direction, come back in, and then come back this way, in order to secure the alliance from a potential useful individual off to our east, and then secure whether or not bandits patrol these areas, and acquire a herb that is requested for our dear benefactor within the trading post.
Oleg? Or Lana?
Orlan,
Honey,
the female.
honey,
Ja?
are you talking about the radish patch? The herb? Because that's not what that storyline is this time. That's from your last game. It's different this time. I love you.
I will politely shut the hell up.
I was all in. I was all in.
Say,
until,
I remember hearing about this plant thing.
Just
Everything
to
about
remind
this part.
you, the bandits mentioned a patch of aphrodisiac radishes that was a side hustle that they did.
Yeah.
That's the story.
I mean,
Not
there's
sure.
no
I mean,
reason
I
to
wouldn't
have
mind hitting that on the way
aphrodisiacs then.
back. If
Yeah,
we're gonna
for
do a
refer-
loop.
For quick reference, for those who are paying attention, Main Husbando has played through parts of this story before. It has been many years, but there are still few details. And the last time I ran this, that particular area had a different story. But now he doesn't know what it is, apparently.
That's like a noble to think they know everything when they know nothing.
Look, on the bright side, y'all don't have to worry about metagaming, because he's wrong. Yeah, there you go.
I feel
Told
like
you I changed things.
I'm good with the line that Diana drew, but I wonder if we'd want to go. I don't remember which way you started it, but maybe through the unusual activity first, because
Yes,
if the
that's
radish
the
patch,
way I
okay,
started.
good, because if the radish patch is like a side hustle, there's likely to be more people there than just like unusual activity area, possibly. You know what I mean?
So you guys are thinking the paw down to the abandoned
Temple.
area, and then kind of loop back up?
Yeah.
Okay, just make sure I was looking the right way.
Yeah. If that's good with everybody. Down lower, so the paw and then down to where the abandoned temple is. And then
So
kind of
basically
like,
how I drew it.
yeah, so then kind of peek by the river camp, but don't actually go there. And then go up past the...
It's just-
This is great. I love how many lines there are. Shall I add
Yes.
one?
Yeah, look, everybody in, do it.
All right, and then we'll do a little swoop. Great.
There we go.
Now it just looks like my poor dragon's carrying a bunch of things.
We also could one moment.
Oh dear.
One moment.
Let's clear this up a little bit here. I love y'all, but I would like to be able to read.
We could go down this way. And then come down this way. link around this way to here. Come this
So
way.
you want to avoid the camp completely.
Well, not completely. Like, I would kind of like to peek in, but I don't want to stop there if possible. Like, I want to drive by sort of thing.
We'll do a drive-by shooting. That works.
No, don't say that.
Drive-by snipe.
But that way we
I
can get the
plan,
points of interest, including the hut.
I would have worded that a little bit differently, but okay.
I find that the party leader, Sakura, has come up with a plan that is amenable and quite intelligent.
I'm not the leader, am I? I just think that this is the most logical way, and that way we can stay by, and if Cressel does attack, we'll still fairly close by, but not like... If we fight something along the way, you know, we get a chance to kind of work out what our strengths and weaknesses are so that we can be better prepared when we actually go and fight her. Because that's going to happen one way or another. I just think it's a little too soon. We're all really new to each other, and we just need more time.
I just pet Parquet and go, yes, I know he's dumb. He'll learn.
Sam's probably actually laughing. Look, as long as we go somewhere, and we can honestly change our plan if we have to after the first place, so...
There is always
I'm
that
good
as
with
well.
that.
If we're over our head, we can always backtrack and retreat to safety, work on what we need to, and then head out again.
Pop-Tart's opening the book.
We don't retreat, but sure, whatever.
Well, there's nothing wrong with retreating.
Oh, I know, I'm just teasing you.
I will ready my horse. And,
She
I
never
will
took well at the
begin.
teasing.
See, that's kind of all I know how to do, so...
Just be patient with me. Sometimes things go a little over my head.
Over your head?
It's one of the
But do
My
teasing
take
is one of the
the
major
time to prep
things.
the saddlebags, gather some horse tack.
Are
and
we leaving right now?
impact.
We should, yeah.
I mean,
Well, we should prepare stuff and leave.
I agree with preparing, but isn't it like midday or so? Getting into early
What?
evening? Because I know it was late morning when Maylene arrived.
I will at least prepare my bags for the evening.
Yeah, I think it would make sense that we would set out in the morning, but we have to get things ready.
Well, of course. I mean, I had planned on either way. It's going to take us some time to load up the wagon and
Well,
get
if we start
Yuri
now,
ready.
then- if we start loading up the wagon now, then it'll be ready if we do leave in the morning.
Yes,
So just get up and go.
that is true. Besides, that pie smells really good, and I really want to try it. Maybe Lana will give me the recipe later.
She'll probably just tell you have to come back for it.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I can still try.
Good luck.
I just love the silent head gestures from Pop Tart.
I know, right?
So I think Saren is going to go to Lana or Oleg, whoever they find first, and ask them if they can have any extra rations that they might be able to spare for them. Because I know that they had some trail rations in their storage room before.
They
I'm-
did, yes.
They did, but Sakura. Okay, Viltrani. Come on. I know I have at least like 20 rations. That would last us at least 4 days if none of you
That
have
was
any.
before we got a man put into our party.
Still asking. Sarah's just asking regardless of what everybody has.
Okay.
Because Sarah knows that Oleg and Lana are willing to help. a little bit. So I think they just want to see like what they
Or
would offer.
or even if they can, we'll be back in like a week's time if they can get some for us, through trading.
Yeah, they have 2 weeks worth of trail rations for. Doesn't say how many people, just says 2 weeks. So I mean that indicates probably one person, I think.
Okay. What is going on with Otranti? Why are you being a butt?
Of the new people, since we're still technically,
There we go.
who would seem most approachable?
Well, given that the first thing you did upon their entry was insult all of them, probably none of them for you.
You could always try approaching me.
Well, that's silly.
Yeah. He seems fairly approachable. Technically, if you're looking for technically the 3 under guys, or at least from the vibe you're getting, there's like the noble guy, there's the captain, and then there's like the 3 other guys. They're technically friendlier, but they all answer to Keston. So it kind of depends on what you're looking for.
Oh.
And if you need their names, it was Arden, Norwood, and Greedy.
Well, yeah. If they're just acting like the bandits were acting, because they can't take their own, shortcomings. I'll just go and I think most of my stuff was already in the cart, so I'll just ensure my gear is in the cart and everything.
Don't mind the noble.
1 second to jot down a note here.
Well, you're not gonna bother you. You're getting horse tacking crap.
Oh, yes. I have a survival guide that recommends if I have a horse to ensure I have feed for the horse.
Good
It
logic.
also lists poisonous herbs and vegetables within the region.
Aww, you got a
edible.
Boy Scout guide.
He's a Boy
I'm a noble.
Scout.
What
Of
I
course
do?
I can prepare. I'm not some wilderness raised.
Aw, knows how to tie
Oh.
fancy knots. Maybe
That
he could
should-
help Ami.
Oh my god. True. But I probably would rather go to con for that.
Kana and him are trading notes.
Yeah.
Not notes,
Rope
that's what to say.
tying.
And I actually did purchase Field Guide.
I was gonna ask, is that
Yeah.
actually in the inventory?
Yes. Yeah.
It allows me to make survival checks with a bonus, even though it's untrained.
Yep.
Nice.
But it
Handy
takes
thing.
double the time.
But yeah, for Ami is going to be approachable, but yeah, if she's got the same vibes from the other guys, she's just gonna be like whatever. And just do that, and then do some more training with RK.
Yeah, I mean, none of them are none of them are particularly avoiding you or anything. Just to clarify, it's just they're not they give you nods of respect and stuff, but none of them are smiling. You know what I mean? It's just okay, you're here, whatever. So it's
We'll
not
clean
that they're
that up.
unapproachable. They're just not open and friendly feeling.
Right.
They're here to do a job. So, but yeah, easy enough to make sure your stuff is, where you would like it to be. Obviously, Mayin is studying his knot work in his book. Anybody else?
Socorro would start making sure that the wagon is loaded and Yuri is prepped. But she's also going to go around and make sure that there's enough blankets and pillows for everybody before she leaves, because, you know, she's leaving all these poor boys alone.
Okay, Mama Hen, you don't need to make sure that the chickies are okay. They're all grown. But not your babies anyway.
I never said that they were.
You're acting like it though.
I just want to make sure that everybody's taken care of before we left.
Lana will be able to take care of them just fine.
Nothing against Lana, but it would still... You know how I am. My own peace of mind.
Mine seeks out Keston.
Okie dokie. Hold for a second.
Oh,
Easy enough for you to make sure everybody's good. There are plenty of blankets. Luckily the guard boy, the new guard boys and stuff have brought their own supplies, including tents, as necessary. They did not assume it's just part of their pack, basically. So they do have that. They do have bedrolls and stuff. So they will not take up additional space. And essentially, with y'all gone, that opens up those beds with those blankets and stuff. That they'll make it work. There might be some sharing and cuddling, but they'll make it work for now. And Keston and his boys seem to already kind of like be organizing a little bit, like division of labor, essentially. Basically, the three, Norwood, Arden, Grady, are basically reporting into him like, okay, this is what we're observing, this is what we're seeing, here's some dynamics we're seeing, that sort of thing. What do you want us to do with it? And he's just kind of delegating for now. During which, you may approach him. I just wanted to resolve that first.
Keston, a word of your minds.
Yes.
I know you were sent here for reasons, but is there anything I can do to help you before I venture out tomorrow?
Not for the moment. I think we have plenty of work in here to keep us busy.
And he like looks about the camp in the evening light, offers a hand to Keston.
It's gonna do the same thing. They do like the bro clap.
Remember, strong as a mountain. We are grass. We are grass, even if we are not in their lands.
Do me a favor. Don't get your ass kicked out there. I'm gonna need your organizing when you get back.
I'll see what I can do with the babies. It seems like I'll have my hands twice as full with half as many people.
They sound capable, at least. Let's see if these guys are.
The winds are hotter than summer.
As those two are talking and Promise are just kind of watching, can I roll a knowledge nobility check?
Because you and your sister both are from Garess lands, so
Yeah.
go for it.
Okay, cool. I need to pull up my sheet.
I would say you could roll nobility or local, whichever one is better for you.
Gotcha.
Again, honey, they're from those lands,
Yeah.
so this would be
No,
common
no,
knowledge there.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah,
Oh.
all three of you would be able to have access to local. Only Saren and Ami would not. Different area.
Okay, I'm gonna be using the local one.
Okay.
17.
Okay. It's been like bugging at you for a little bit. You know the main Keston somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
but you just couldn't, it was never important to you. You thought maybe it was just somebody that, maybe you got in a bar fight and bought you a drink. They're like,
It's
hey,
just some rich kid or whatever.
Yeah, but then it occurs to you that no, you know who Keston is. There was a rumor going on not that crazy long ago. The patriarch of House Gress, his brother, I believe it is. Let me double check real quick. Make sure I have my family tree right here. Because I do not want to give you incorrect information.
Nice D.
Where are you? Luckily, I have this. Okay, so the patriarch of House Grass is Howland. He's the current leader and everything, still is. His cousin, there we go, his cousin Evan has a son named Keston. Keston has been disowned from his family. The rumor was, you know that he's been disowned. The rumor was that he was having an affair with a weaver or seamstress. Therefore, somewhat of common birth, and it was brought shame upon the family, kind of thing. You don't know if that's true, but that was the rumor as to why he was disowned. And, of course, in the bars, gossip abounds. So that's probably why you made the bar Keston reference in your head.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you're like, oh shit, this might be the same guy. Because, how common is the name, more common than you'd think, but still, Keston Gress, it's still a thing. So yeah, it occurs to you, it's like, wait a minute. Hold up. So, that's what you get with that check.
Yeah, at that reaction, she'd just be kind of like grinning a little bit and just chuckle to herself.
So. Yes, there's a meeting of the bromines. Sakura makes sure there's blankets. Ami's making sure her stuff is good. Kana is because she knows gossip and what's tastier. And what are you up to, Sarah?
So I think after talking, would Lana and Oleg be able to give them anything?
They're able to give you guys, if you want them, they can give the 2 weeks of rations. Though they would prefer to keep them just because now they have so many more people to feed. Mm-hmm. They could kind of pad some things with a lot of that jerky and that sort of thing.
I think Saren would. Who is showing them this? Which one of them? Because I think she's gonna try to
It's probably Oleg, because
okay.
Svetlana's kind of working with Keston to be like, okay, these guys go here.
Okay.
She's kind of the organizer of the two.
So I think Saren will say to Oleg, oh, then we don't need to take anything. I think Sakura probably has more than enough to feed us. But is there anything that you think we might need out here?
He's gonna look through his stores real quick. Let me see here. I think he would give you the 70 feet of hemp rope. And basically in his gruff way says there's always a use for rope. He does not know how true this is for your particular party. However, but hey, it's still 70 feet of extra rope that you guys didn't have before. I think he'd give you... I'll say a candle for each of you.
Okay.
Kind of same reasoning that it's just a common thing that can be useful. If nothing else, they make decent fire starters.
Mm-hmm.
And just in case, he gives you the 2 vials of what you guys have now identified as the antitoxin. He says you probably won't need it, but better to have it.
That's true. We wouldn't want anybody to suffer needlessly. Thanks, Oleg.
Deserve it. Welcome.
we share a mind on that. And I
You
think,
ever see him kind of like the corner of his mouth like twitches in a vaguely upward-esque direction?
I'm sure this won't be the last you see of us or anything. And I think Saren's like picking up the 70 feet of rope with
It's
their
like as
very
big as
little
we are,
arms.
just
Yes.
with candles like
Oops.
jabbed in,
Yeah, but somehow manages to just hold it, no problem.
of course.
And they kind of like wink over their shoulder at Oleg and just say thanks again and take it out to load it up onto the wagon. And I think after that, honestly, Saren would probably just be, because all of their stuff was also already on the cart since they don't, use a bedroll or anything
Because
like
they're
that.
small.
And they're small. So I think they would probably just hang out and be watching the new guards trying to like retrain Tino and the other guys and just like being the audience for that.
Yeah, there's a steady like loop going on of like one of the guys, I'll say Norwood, there, like taking them out one by one and like seeing if they're any good with a sword and a bow, and like he has like a little notepad he takes out and will like jot something down, and once in a while, because it's fairly easy to get an audience seat for that because they're just like right outside the gate.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a threefold thing. It's like how far can you shoot the bow? How accurate can you be with it? And then can you handle a sword and how well? Which he's usually using mostly a good stick he found. It is one of the sticks y'all gathered, by the way.
Good.
Because reasons. And there's a few where like the guy will like whack him with a stick and he's like, all right, he's still wearing his armor and everything. He's like, all right, not bad. The only person you see like genuinely make him flinch is Colin.
Colin.
Doro tries to get to him at one point. And Colin goes, "No, let me go last." And Havel, the Impaler.
Yes.
Because of course.
Yeah.
Anyway, that he's like, "Okay, all right, that's done a little bit." Colin goes out and Norwood's like, "Hit me as hard as you can." And Colin says, "Are you sure?" He says, "Yeah." Colin like picks up the stick, goes to swing it, and then punches him. Norwood falls over. What? You said as hard as I could. You didn't say with what. Still on the ground, he just takes out his notebook. He's like, fair.
My regard for Cullen has gone up so high because of that.
Yeah.
You just hear kind of laugh.
But, meanwhile, Arden is taking note of kind of the space they have. If you pass by him at any point, you'll actually see each of them have a little notebook. They're just applying it for different things. You actually see him making, like, some quick sketches that at a glance would seem to be kind of architectural in nature. Like, how are they going to set everything up? And do they need to have any additional space? He's also looking at wood piles and such to kind of see what supplies the trading post has and what they might need to create additional space.
Wait, which one was this?
That's Arden.
Arden.
Which I should also write that down because reason. Because if I don't think it's ever going to come up again, yes it is.
Yeah, I think Sarah would just be watching all of that and probably like asking seemingly random questions at times of them whenever they get a chance. That they're actually trying to build up, little bits of information about each of them.
Yeah.
But they're like the most mundane seeming questions. Like, have you ever eaten a blueberry before? And just trying
carrying
to
logs. Yes, I have actually. They're very good.
Yeah. They're not actually gathering anything super useful, but lots of interesting tidbits.
Yeah, there's some. You find out one of them is allergic to a specific type of chili pepper. He doesn't like peppers in general. It's just that specific one he reacts really badly to. It makes him real numb and tingly. He's not actually sure if he's allergic to it or if he's just a baby about it. But he's kind of good either way. So you find out he doesn't like spicy food.
Aww.
Because we haven't given him anything yet. I'll say that's Grady. Grady's like, nah, man, no spicy food. No. I just think of that meme with the receipt where he's like, oh, I'm allergic to shrimp, and it says around there, like, no effing shrimp or else he die. It's pretty much him, but with spice.
Got it. Nice.
Yeah, things like that. Nothing particularly useful, but just like little tidbits sort of like, hey.
Yeah. So I think that's all that they'd be doing, honestly.
Okay.
Nothing super useful, but they're packed.
Yeah, Grady's mostly
And
kind
they
of
got-
helping them as they need. So like, he's also watching some of the training when Arden needs something carried. He kind of helps out, carry some additional things. Kind of the helper. Just how he is. He's just a cool dude. He runs back and forth, gives Keston updates.
Speaking of,
Mm-hmm.
once Sakura is done with her like going around and making sure everything's prepared before they leave, she does want to go and speak to Creston.
Okay.
Who?
Huh?
Speak to who?
Creston? Or
Okay.
that is the guy, right?
Keston.
Keston. Sorry.
No R.
No, it cut out for a moment. That's why I asked.
Yeah, he's it's starting to get later by that point. Getting later into the evening, just because between checking, you got a lot of bodies to check up on, to be honest. So between them doing the trading and stuff, working with, Svetlana and Oleg and getting everything packed, it's starting to get early evening by this point. So what did you want to talk to him about? Unless anybody has something like pressing they want to do during the day besides just prep. I'm not hearing an objection. So it is now early evening.
Sakura will go up to Keston.
Okay.
It was Keston, correct?
Aye.
May I have a word with you?
Surely.
Me and my compatriots will be leaving in the morning. I'm sure your friend Mayin? I think you said?
Mayin.
Yeah,
Mayin.
Mayin. Might have told you about our plans already.
Yeah, come on, Mayin. So I remember it.
I will have to remember that as well. That's a good way.
Oh,
Famous
that
bard song.
That's
Just
what
remember.
I just said. Off that
Famous
bard
bard
song,
song.
Can you be honest with me? Do you think that you'll be okay? Everyone here.
Here at the trading post or amongst your own party?
Here at the trading post.
We have a lot of bodies with a lot of energy who are very used to not doing a whole lot of anything structured. There'll be growing pains. But few of them have promise, and I think setting them to something useful might be good for some of them.
But they'll be safe.
As safe as I can make them. These lands are untamed, so I can't promise utmost safety, but I believe the numbers we have here and our own training, we should be alright.
Wild and untamed. Much like you for that one bandit.
You are not the first one to have said that.
Did someone say just like a gopher, just like
I made a promise to them. And I would hate to have that promise broken. So I appreciate that you are here to help not only keep them safe, but hopefully to... And she kind of glances over to Colin and Milty and Tino, like the poor sad boys who really didn't have a choice because they really couldn't defend themselves.
because pathetic.
That's not their strong point.
No, it's not.
That you give them a way that they can better survive in these lands. Whether they choose to stay here or not, I think that it would be good for them. And she'll kind of like take a step back and kind of like bow at the hips, you know, like that really traditional Japanese bow. Thank you. Please keep as many safe as you can.
I'll do as much as I'm able.
That's all I can ask. Just, if any of them do choose to leave, don't stop them. As long as they don't go back to banditry, I want them to live their lives as they see fit.
I'll keep that in mind.
She will give a small smile and nod, and kind of bow again, not as deep in the hip, but just, you know, a slight like bow of the head, and she'll go off again to make sure that everything is kind of just right before they leave, before she settles down for the night or settles down to dinner, whatever's going on.
Yeah. I think there's a fairly simple stew for the night. Filling, and enough for everybody this time. There's no separate meal thing. That's more trouble than it's worth. So it's just a big old cauldron of just a simple stew. Lots of hearty root vegetables and mushrooms and gravy and bread and warm drinks and fire and probably somebody starts a song at some point because sea shanties are popular right now, so why not? So there's a land shanty going on. So there's a land shanty. You know.
Thanks for getting that in my head, Pop-Tart. Because I've been listening to that damn song. When the Wellerman comes.
Yes, Wellerman. Yes, Wellerman. I just be thinking to leave her Johnny. Just for slightly different.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for most of the dinner, definitely Ami was not off-puttish, but like just like not actively engaged in conversation, and like most of the food she gave to our cave. Like, you gotta eat, you gotta plump up, you know, it's good stew. But it isn't until the shanties start, whatever, if they're land or sea one, that kind of like calls to Ami a bit. Doesn't seem to know them, but like there's something about them seem like, you know, different than most breadboy music,
right,
and such, and tries to like learn and imitate and do the songs as exactly as the guys are singing them.
You're able to change the chorus pretty quickly. So if nothing else, you can definitely do the leave her John and leave her. It's kind of like, you know, 4, 5 gold rings. It's kind of like that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And it's just like very like bright, and like tries to like, you know, do a couple of dance moves with it, like to see if there's something very much of like the Suli people kind of like, she's not realizing that she's doing like similar like movements.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that catches her attention for most of the
unless anybody else has anything, I think the only other remarkable thing, of course, is that Tony absolutely sits next to his favorite person.
Did he talk to his favorite person?
Perhaps.
Is she, knowing that it's kind of like the last night, it isn't as I'm avoiding eye contact or, you know, this is embarrassing. It's just kind of more going with the flow. And, you know, she doesn't go out of her way to make him feel comfortable or anything like that, but, you know, as he's sitting down, she'll give him a small smile and then, like, turn back to her food and, you know, doesn't move away or anything like that.
Once you guys are mostly done with your bowls, you actually feel the back of his spoon tap the back of your hand twice. Like the second time, it's tap and then he holds it there for a second, kind of like you would with a hand, but he's just using the spoon to do it. He says, "You, my dear, need to keep yourself safe out in those lands. For if you're not safe, no one is."
Well, it's not like I plan on going out and getting myself killed.
We rarely plan such things. Not all exits are equal, they might say.
I'm pretty good at staying out of trouble. And she kind of nods towards her sister. I've had practice.
Many of us, and yet here we are. Landing right in the beautiful, supple lap of trouble. No, not yet, but, hope springs eternal. Nonetheless, I mean it. Stay safe. You are a slight bit kinder than some of your companions. And a little less weird. And also, like the first thing he looks at Ami, the second time he looks at Sarah, and he's like, and a lot less intimidating, looking at your sister. And also not a noble, glancing at Mayim. So, I think you're kind of the group favorite for now? That I can change at any point.
Usually
That's
how
fair
it
enough.
goes.
Not for me, of course. You're always my favorite. I am loyal but to one woman. For now.
She's trying really hard, not to smile and laugh, cause that might be giving him too much of an invitation, sort of thing. But after a moment or two, she kind of will give off just a small little chuckle and a small smile, and
He pretends like his heart is stabbed through with a spoon. And then goes, wrong end. What are you going to do? Laundry services out there are atrocious.
you make
These
sure.
delicate hands were not made for such hard, hot labor.
But they build character.
I have so much character.
A little too much character, I think.
I am a fully realized creation. I don't understand what the problem is.
How many walls was that broken?
What?
And a couple references.
I missed what was said.
How many walls?
He's
was
joking
that
between the
broken?
couple, apparently.
She will give him a weird look, especially when he talks about being a fully realized creation and whatnot. Issa could do with a little more humility, if I'm quite honest. All the same, I do hope that you keep yourself safe as well.
I will do my best.
Good. Then hopefully
Perhaps.
we'll meet again sometime.
And until then, safe travels and swift return and all those other nice things that people say when you are leaving, and hopefully come back.
Likewise.
And he gets up, and about 3 steps away you hear him go, "Colin! I have a word for you to explain to me. It's called humility."
I thought she kind of does lose it.
And that's it. He does not return for the evening. He's apparently learning what humility is, because it's very confusing for him. Perplexity.
Yes.
Like, you have accomplishments, and yet you don't brag about them? How? Then how will everyone know what you have achieved? But the night winds down after, a few nice shanties. The stew is cleared. bowls are wiped down, put away, tables are cleared. The boys and guards and such set up their various sleeping arrangements for the evening. Oleg, Svetlana, and Ed retreat to the house. And night comes to you all.
Aaron tucks Tino into his little bed. Less creepily than that.
Look, I'm not here to judge.
Yeah, I'm
Your
curious
mom-
whether you
your
guys are
mom-
sleeping.
Uh,
Especially our noble here.
Mayin actually sets up a hammock in the horse stables.
With the 7
And,
horses and 3 bandits?
Yep.
Okay.
He sets it up a fairly high hammock. And he kind of gets himself to sleep reading and practicing Draconic, which is a language he's recently learned.
Very popular in Brevoy. Most people know it.
Damn it, that's not one of the ones I learned. Okay. Because there is more people, and none of them seemed up to the task for Ami. She's going to attempt to sleep in the cart, actually. Make a little space with the blankets that Sakura had given her the night before. And then, yeah, does rope herself up and, like, yeah. So she's going to attempt to sleep instead of... Because she knows going 2 nights in a row without sleeping, right when we're about to trek out, is not a smart thing.
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be a very bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Should have tucked you in with Tino.
Right?
He's cuddly. He's a cuddler.
He'd probably be scared of me, though.
And you think he's not afraid sleeping as he currently is sleeping?
Under the watchful eye of this weird pixie girl.
He seemed to sleep fine the night before, so...
I think the shock
Because it was
just
the first
knocked
time
him
he's been in
out.
bed in a year and a half.
Yeah.
That wasn't he slept well, that was he passed out.
Oh, okay.
Now he's had a full
I
night's
wish-
sleep.
I wish I could just pass out. Like, that would be nice, you know?
Tonight he's had rest, and now he lays awake with the weird dinosaur just like...
You're
Oh, can I
out
have
for
it? No, it's not just the dinosaur, it's also RK. Like, RK, like, decided to rumble and, like... So Tino has the 2 animals watching.
Tino's popular. I bet Tony is jealous.
Probably. No. Totally
No,
wants
yes.
one.
Yes,
one
just like
gal.
in a stable made for holding 5 horses with 7 horses, 2 additional bandits, and a Mayin in a hammock above his head. Or higher up, anyway. You know.
Yeah.
Lot.
So, it's like a thing. 1 second.
So I'll take away the fatigue, right? Since I do attempt proper sleep.
Husbando, you know the rules for that.
Say again?
I
She
no
had...
longer have fatigue, right? If I get a proper night's rest.
You get a proper night's rest, you are no longer fatigued.
Thank you. So I was looking up something real quick. Oh god, I put it in a weird place. Why did I do that?
Sakura will actually give up her bed and use her bedroll to sleep on the floor at the foot of people's beds.
Yeah.
Just in a place where she's not, like, in the way, but...
Yeah. For those of you outside or not in, a building, just for reference, it is on its way to a new moon. So you know roughly where you are in the cycle. So it's a fairly dark night, and plus with cloud cover and everything. Because it stays pretty cloudy, given that it's, winter.
No chance.
And there's a
of
lot of
winter,
snow. Yeah.
Winter has come.
Winter is here. Most of you have pleasant dreams, no dreams. good night's sleep.
I sing the shanties to myself to sleep. Like, ah.
And eventually you all drift off to your various sleepy sleeps. And morning comes, as it do. Hopefully.
How dare.
Daystar happens. The guards are up early. They arise with the dawn. You know, get their armor on, get their things packed up so they're not in the way. Seem to have a group meeting, kind of off the side at one of the two tables. Not secretive about it or anything. They try to keep their voices down because you're in the wagon. They did realize there's someone in there, so they try to keep it down so they don't wake you. But I mean, not so much that if you're awake, you'd be able to hear what they're talking about, which is just they're making plans for the day, what they're going to have the guys start doing. It sounds like they're going to have them start building some sort of additional shelter, so that way not all of them are quite so cramped. They think it will build some character to force them to kind of build their own place to live.
Right.
And if it's shitty, that means you live with shitty accommodations. So maybe you should make it not bad. And their hope is that will also put less stress on the Levitans. Because, you know, it's pretty full in here. And maybe all the horses could deal, but not with additional bodies. So that sounds like the generalized plan for while you guys are away. So they're going to start working that. And for some of them it'll build muscle, and for some of them it'll build shut up. Get the impression they've met Haps.
Yeah. So Cora would wake up fairly early and, you know, put things away and make sure the beds are made of the guards if they didn't do that.
They slept in their tents.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they had camps. They had basically camped out just outside the gate. Basically right in front of it, so they'd be alerted if anyone was coming or going.
As she hears them talk about their plans for, like, improving the fort and whatnot, she'll ask them, we are planning on coming back in a week or so, depending on how things go. Is there anything you'd like us to pick out or that you might need while we could keep our eyes out for?
The three of them kind of look at Keston like, Keston kind of looking over their various notes they have spread out. No, I think it'll be good for them that anything they need they'll have to fetch on their own. Also a bit of trust exercise. See if they're really going to turn tail and run. They certainly have the opportunity.
Well, they have. And she'll kind of smile with that, thinking that, maybe they won't run and they'll stay, and,
Tony is going to stay here forever. Just for you.
That causes Javi to snort from the cart. It's a loud ass snort, like.
Tony is going to be forever loyal.
Is she blushing?
Yes, I am!
Good times.
Are you sure you still want
what's
to
the
invite
score?
Tony with
It's
us?
morning, right?
Yeah. Are you sure you don't want to invite him with us?
I don't know. My heart could take it.
You're so excited. Sakura's so excited to get out there because it's away from Tony for a bit.
And everyone else is
I mean,
like,
not.
Sure? Are you sure?
What are you sure, though? And he's like, I will carry all your things. I'm not sure I can carry all your things, but I will certainly attempt to do so. No, actually, he's very pro not going. He will miss you terribly. He will dream sweetly of you, but not as sweetly as you actually are. For then he would never awaken.
The beauty of this romance is clearly breathtaking, but
I'm a
the
sucker.
morning
I'm
has come,
sorry.
and it is getting closer to noon by the minute. Says in
Sorry.
passing my ear.
I lose all track of time when I gaze upon her, as though all stands still.
So I tried to like quickly like get like underneath the blankets, since everybody's awake, and I did do this
Apparently.
Apparently.
Sarah and the dinosaur and RK are still. Hi, Tino.
Yeah.
How'd you
Saren
sleep?
is waiting
Hi,
for Tino to
Tony.
wake up. Tino's still resting. Thank you.
How'd you sleep, Tino? Did you sleep well? You looked like
Saren
you
is
slept.
meditating with her dinosaur.
You look
she's
like you
supposed
slept
to do
well.
in the morning.
These are
Yeah,
arcade-
the
these are
dinosaur's
obviously
still
arcade
looking at him
thoughts.
as you're meditating.
RK is like, you looked like you slept well. I watched you all night.
That's my dragon.
The dragon is seemingly is going to kill us.
The dragon's a fucking yandere, okay?
But yeah, so I can do like all the roping and everything, and then get up and like repack everything. And I'm like, the noble does have a point. We probably should eat and head out.
I'm all ready when you are.
Oh my.
I'll go and wake up Kana. She's probably still sleeping.
Oh yeah, she's
He
like
kind of
cuddled
shoots
up.
a look over at Tony as he's
Waxing
getting ready
poetic.
to walk away. Take care of yourself.
And do as well, my friend.
Friends all right.
Of course.
You really must catch up on your accent.
Why, do you like it? Is that why you're trying it on?
Maybe because
I know I'm charming, but please, I'm flattered. But I don't think you're my type.
you know that answer. So, who looks over at Ami? For once we agreed on something. I hope it's not out of habit.
Miracles happen. He walks away.
Was that over?
I
Solana,
just raised
meanwhile.
an eyebrow. Yeah, I just raises an eyebrow and just gives a shrug, and just like you see her like coiling up some silk rope as she puts it away in her bundle.
He's rubbing his hands together, blowing into to try and warm them.
About this point, Svetlana comes out and she actually has 5 bundles. They're just like simple, like burlap style bundles. Though you can see a little bit of steam coming off of them. And she has made some travel meals. Essentially, she's made like buns that are filled with like a warm kind of pie filling.
Hell yeah, Grandma packed lunch.
Grandma!
But essentially, it's a hand pie. It's a bun, but
remember
it's basically a
Saki,
hand
your
pie.
mother.
Immediately, my mind went Japanese. It's like Nikopan, yay!
Sure, it's not like that. The point is, it's just a warm
Steam
stuff
buns.
bun. It's still warm. It's filled with probably some sort of combination of like fruits and such. It's not overly sweet, but it's pleasant, filling, warm.
Yeah, I go over to
There's like a little.
I go over to Svetlana and go, oh, thank you. And I just like take all the bundles because like despite the fact I did have all the blankets, I still slept outside. And
You did, and it was
Suli-
cold.
Yeah, and Sulis aren't really made for cold. So I just take the whole like all the bundles and just like press them against like my chest, like trying to seep the warmth from them.
So, like that's what like this is not totally out of character. That's what they're like. Stop sleeping outside, forehead.
I know, right?
Wouldn't have that problem.
Each of them has a small, simple wineskin that is also warm, so it feels like a hot water bottle right now. Which, upon opening, you guys would find is like a warmed tea, like a spiced warm tea.
Nice.
Nutmeg, clove, that sort of thing.
Oh hell yeah, that's Connor's favorite type of tea, spiced.
And then a few other things. There's some jerky. There's like a couple of fruits that are going to be fine to be eaten cold and stuff, but that can just take the travel. It's a simple thing. It's basically 1 ration each that she has prepared for you. Mm-hmm. But at least breakfast is warm.
Svetlana. Yeah, you're a godsend, Svetlana.
Well, I figure it's the least I can do.
Are you sure you're gonna be able to handle all these boys once we're gone?
That's not going to be a problem. I don't think they've ever met a woman like me.
I know
Sure.
I haven't.
She'll know how to put them in their place.
And if they misbehave, I'll just make a pie and eat it by myself.
Oh.
And you actually see, like, despite everything, you actually see Oleg from, like, behind her, like, do, like, almost a sad meerkat. Like, but the pie! He doesn't say anything, but that's the entire face. Like,
It's like, why am I being punished for this?
what am I being punished for them? Pie! I know that some of the boys have, like, experienced the pie. Like, there's a couple with, like, we'll be good kind of feels going on.
We'll be good, we swear.
Like, pie. Pie is good.
And yeah, she just grins back at her like, good. Like, Sakura worries too much, but I know you're gonna be fine.
Of course.
Can I keep
Long
telling
as-
Mama Hannah there?
As long as a lot of you are fine.
Oh, we'll be perfect. Even if we have a little bit extra baggage to drag around.
That feeling? Anyway, scoot off of you.
And I go and I put the bundles like, you know, at the. I forget. Is there like a little ledge for people to sit on the cart in the front, like when you're like driving?
For the
it, or
drivers,
no?
yeah, there's room
Yeah.
for two.
Yeah, so that's where I put this stuff, so it'll be easy access.
Okay.
Since that's considered our breakfast, traveling food.
Okay.
And I go and quickly before we leave, take my drenched vest to go warm up.
Yeah, you have to knock some of the icicles off it. You know, it's frosty. It's bracing.
Bracing. I think
It's
Sarah was
comfortable
about
for
kind of
me.
at the last minute, and has their arm slung over Tito's shoulder and is like leading him out to come to breakfast, except it's too short to do that, so is actually flying to make
Okay.
that happen.
Because otherwise, he was gonna try.
It's like, all right, don't worry, we'll be back. Gives a big clap on the shoulder and like flits over to the wagon.
Okay,
Gio.
have a good trip.
We will.
See you soon.
Oh my god.
I'll keep the bed. That sounds weird. Bye.
Sarah
Sakura,
just waves.
Sakura's gonna try to lead Yuri out of the fort. Please make me
She
more.
has
we
to
go
make a
again.
handling check.
We go again. Make an animal handling check. My favorite check right now. You wanna make a check?
Can I aid her?
You may. That is animal handling. You need at least a 10.
Okay, cool. I will do so. Oh yeah, that's all for 10. That's like that's 21.
Okay. Then you may add a +2 to your checks.
So it's a natural 2025.
Yep.
Ooh.
Does the
Yuri?
horse like me now?
I would say Yuri likes you. Yuri doesn't like anybody. That's kind of Yuri's thing. At least from past experience.
But I feed it carrots.
But he seems agreeable. It seems like what he wants to do, your wants and desires and his wants and desires do seem to coincide today. And he does allow you to lead him out with no problem. He actually seems pretty willing. You can't tell if like you're just like giving off leader vibes right now, or if it's just like he's like, yeah, let's fucking go.
I think
But
as we
either
walk-
way, he's like, let's go.
I think as we walk out, Colin just gives like a pat on the side to Yuri as they walk out. It's just like good horsey.
So then we go off.
All right. Off into the stolen lands you go. So,
Wait, sorry, one more thing. Because it's part of my weakness, I have to roll to see if I accidentally leave something.
that's
Oh.
I have the forgetful drawback.
true. You do. You do have to find out if you forgot anything and what it is.
So attempt a DC wisdom check. So I just click on wisdom, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just
You
under.
did. Yep.
You-
so you
you
forget
forgot something.
something.
I'm going. Let me look at my stuff.
But this is that you forgot.
You said you decide.
It doesn't say either way. I want to say, I leave my money purse behind. So all 9 silver pieces and 10 gold pieces.
Was that before or after we split the
monies.
This is my initial money, so I never received any.
There was a message in chat that if we were splitting the money 4 ways, we would have each gotten 8 gold and like 7 silver, and then there was gonna be like 3 silver left over or something like that we were just gonna put in like a group fund if everyone was okay with it.
Keep clicking on the wrong thing. Yeah, so then I'll update this, but then the whole money purse is left.
Yeah. So yes, you leave your wallet.
Yeah.
Classic.
Real me has done that many times.
So, for reference, each of these hexes is roughly 12 miles square, I believe it is. And a wagon with all your stuff, with you people, with the horse and everything, can travel roughly 16. So for the sake of ease, I am going to say that it's just kind of equivalent. So basically you can do 1 hex a day. Just to make it easy on our math skills. You know, that will take into account small delays, such as, you know, stopping for food, bathroom breaks, you know, stretch your legs, like you do on a real road trip. Yes, I see you have a thought. Is it an in-character thought or not a character thought?
I did make a roll.
Okay.
I was waiting for a point in which I could mention it.
Okay.
I am riding on the horse I did come in with Keston on.
You're riding in on the horse you rode in on. Got it.
Yes. I opened my mouth to chew my boot leather. Perception check is a natural 20, coming out to a 21? No,
Okay.
20. So just natural 20.
Okay.
I am actually looking for signs of banditry or unusual activity.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say the first day it will take you to, you know, get out of the hex you're in, essentially. Getting a lot of beeps. Oh, okay, cool. Just upstairs. Couldn't tell if it was my beeps, your beeps, beeps, you know. So
Beep,
the beep beep. So the first day you are traveling the hex, since Oleg's trading post is pretty far north in it, so it'll take you, you know, the time to get out. I have a thing for this give thing. Give somebody. No, not Severin. That one. There we go. So. Do this. 9. Okay, so just going through this hex as you're leaving Oleg's, you do actually find that there's a little bit of an actual path, like a probably very, very old, but an attempt or a start, or maybe the remains, hard to tell, of a cobblestone path that you guys are actually able to follow along. It doesn't quicken or hasten your travel, but it does mean you're not traveling through, you know, lots of tall grass, you know, Pokemon and tall grass kind of thing. It does have kind of a clear way for you guys to travel along. There are no distinct signs of banditry that you see. You do see that this path has been traveled, you know, extensively. As the grass and stuff is still very worn here, so it's basically cobblestones and dirt, with maybe like, you know, stomped grass kind of thing. But you don't see any particular signs that you would like be like, oh, bandits. Because you also know hunters and stuff travel this way a lot. So there's signs of having people have gone through maybe sometime, but nothing specifically like bandity. It is a, what kind of day is it? is the Dalek. It is good that you guys have this well-traveled path, because as you get through the day, as the day travels on, and we can still do things in between, just to give you a base idea of your weather for the day. It's fairly cloudy in the morning. You hope it'll kind of burn off, clear up. It doesn't. It actually gets heavier and thicker, and it definitely looks like towards... When I say midday, I mean literally halfway through this, like 3, 4 o'clock kind of day. You're probably going to start having snow that will get heavier into the night. Luckily, because of this path, you do have a little more guidance. Even though it does peter out, there's still kind of a worn path that you guys can follow without losing your way.
I keep RK bundled up, like, right in front of my chest with, like, everything, and so, to share the warmth and to keep RK, because dragons don't like cold weather. You know?
Except for cold dragons, but
yeah.
yeah.
This is not a cold dragon. This is
no,
a fire
obviously, yeah. Not in a weird, creepy way that I'm going to say this, but very much all up in your bosom, because,
yeah.
Source.
Yes, exactly.
Once
so you have like a cold little nugget of lizard.
Once it does start to snow, and as soon as it starts getting heavier, Sokora's going to pull out some blankets for everybody else except for Kana and her, because we do have a bit of a resistance to cold. But that way everybody else can stay warm, a bit warmer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little extra toasty.
I've just moved this so you guys can actually see. So about the time you're hitting the actual line of the trees, that's when you're starting to get the heavier snows. Is by the time you hit that part of the day. So once you're starting to get into the light forest and stuff, which the trees do provide some cover.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's convenient.
Yeah, it will help actually. It's still going to be heavy enough that it's going to get through. It's still going to be... The main component is less the snow itself and more it's dropping the temperature.
Just confirming, we only have 2 horses, right? The noble horse and Yuri.
Yep.
Yeah.
And is the noble still riding his horse?
Yes.
This
Last I
time?
checked.
Okay.
I am indeed riding my
Riding.
Don't show off when
Ridges.
I can't do it, okay?
Look, I learned how to do that
feel
because...
bad as a Latina.
Look, I couldn't do that until recently, and now suddenly because I'm learning German, apparently I can roll my R's, which is wrong in German.
How dare
Comes out.
Trust me to believe that this is not always my natural accent. I roll my R's.
You roll your R's for what?
Practice.
It's okay, Neffy.
Okay.
Implied.
This is a good reaction. That's the reaction that...
I'll tell you later why he rolls his R's so
Oh my god.
aggressively.
Isn't your kid in the room?
Why?
It's okay. It's too high level. It's fine.
And yes, our child is in that room. This is very normal conversation.
Okay, it's okay, Neffy.
Oh my god.
Our child plays D&D. She knows what she's in for.
Neffy, we can talk about it later.
I don't think I want to know.
Okay. It's okay. It's kind of up there with the fig analogy I had to teach you.
Okay.
That's what I want to know.
We've been watching Chopped together, and it was an episode where all the ingredients were aphrodisiacs.
Oh.
And I had to explain to her what a fig was supposed to represent, because one of the judges made an enthusiastic gesture.
Oh my god. Got it.
Kind of a motorboat gesture.
I need
We're
to
not
start
about
watching
fakes.
Chopped with you guys.
You do. That's what we did during the day. You should hang out with us, Felsians, hang out with us because we miss you.
We do.
Anyway, back to what we're doing right now in the land of make-believe. But
Okay, yeah. So, I think... she wouldn't say anything. So, she would kind of mumble, Ami would just kind of mumble, like, not used to, like, the snow, like, stuff. 'Cause I think, like, where, like, higher up it doesn't snow as bad, right?
higher up in the north of Brevoy. Yeah, it does, because that's towards Port Ice, which is named
okay.
aptly.
Named aptly. Okay. Well, I guess it's not. I guess it's more that she's not used to being in the woods and snow.
Yeah, I would say that Port Ice. It's named aptly. There's less snow and there's more ice, whereas this is a bit drier. Which might have something to do with it. It's a little more cutting through, whereas you're more used to when it is cold. It's more of a wet cold.
Yeah, and I'm usually used to like towns and cities and not just being like
right. And now you're
in element.
Right.
Yeah,
and now you're
so
consistently in.
muttering.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just muttering more to myself, not to like complain to anybody. It's just like how cold it is, and saying like, and just like apologizing to Arcade and all that. like, yeah, just completely not used to this at all.
Arcade is disgruntled at these accommodations. How dare. On the bright side, Sarah, you look super pretty because there's like snow and like drops of water that freeze on your wings that looks really sparkly.
Yeah,
Which I'm sure that Sakura notices because it's shiny.
Yeah,
Yes.
big shiny. Because I feel like Sarah would definitely be, even though usually they would like wrap their wings to bundle up a bit, they're definitely playing the game of like how much snow can I let fall on my wings and then like drop off, because that's what I would do if I had
have
wings.
to know, during lunch break, do you make snow angels with your wings?
That would be really fun. Probably. I'm just trying to think of the like logistics of doing that, like laying on your back with wings.
I was gonna say, I imagine you just like flop over and it's an accident, you get up and it's one of those things where like when the owl like hits the snow and it's just
it just looks like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Close enough.
I mean, it would look the same way if you were laying on your back and your wings were spread out too. Or I mean, like your
That's
stomach
true,
and
but they don't
then-
typically like lay down a lot. You know?
I think it's more of a you trip sort of scenario.
Yeah.
And like you get up and you're like, hey,
I can do that again.
look, snow fairies.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
I
then
can
there's
see
just like
that.
a trail of like snow fairies.
Now I suddenly want to make a snowball and get like some ice and stick it in the back and make a Navi.
Just pine needles.
Gosh.
No, they gotta be clear.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's what Ami does. Just mutter to herself.
Yeah.
I reined my horse back to. Who's currently guiding the horses?
Sakura would be leading Yuri. For the most part. Trying to keep sense that they're moving south and following this path a bit.
So, he's being watchful of the surroundings. What brings you on such an adventure? Kind of glances at the Kathleen having fun with her wings, and Ami doing what she does. And I'm not sure what Kana's up to, but Kana's up to something.
Kind of always up.
I love how you seem to think that already. It's just like up something.
What brings you on this adventure?
Are you asking her?
Sakura.
Oh.
She kind of looks back towards Kana. Oh, first and foremost, someone has to keep an eye on my sister. And she gets into too much trouble when she's on her own. But then, just thinking about it all, a chance to make a new home and settle it, and she kind of looks back towards where the camp is. Being able to create a place where people can feel safe and welcomed and just feel like they're at home. I want to create a place like that, and this is a perfect opportunity to do so. Give people a second chance. Give people hope.
He looks at your sister when you look back at Kana initially. It's nods. And family is a very important asset.
Eh,
Good to see you have someone so close, even in your most adventurous times.
Gotta
Do you
admit,
think
it's
Connor has to
better
do
than.
adventures?
It's
I said,
better
who do you
than.
think got her out to do adventures?
It's at least better than staying home alone, tending to hearth and home and.
No, I caught your first name. I never quite caught your full name.
Sakura Ida.
Of the Iron Flower, Ida?
Yep, that's her papa.
It is our father, yes. He's Hoji. Hoji Ida, owner, proprietor, majority employer.
It's got quite the reputation. I did not expect to be in capable hands.
Not quite sure if we're as capable as my father, but we can take care of ourselves.
Can
Right,
post
Kana?
a picture of. Out of character, I could post a picture of what Hoji looks like because I did actually draw him.
Yep, you can. You need to send me that image so I can put it in the art thing.
I'll post it in here. Hold on.
Yeah, but I can't save it now. You gotta send it to me.
Why does he look like Sashomaru?
I haven't even posted it yet. He looks like Ganon.
Ganon.
Pink Ganon.
Yeah, he's pink Ganondorf.
Am I allowed to flirt with your dad?
Single?
Yes.
I
all
mean-
forever. DM approval go. Be their new stepmom.
Oh my god.
That size stiff dough.
Oh no.
That's what you get for drawing him hot.
I can't help
I'm
it.
not sure
okay?
whether he hears me or he needs to work on trimming.
Could somebody, for the sake of the stream, can somebody copy a link and post it in chat, please? Because I can't do that
Am I
because I'm
allowed? Am I allowed to post links? Are you allowed?
You should be.
I love how you titled this too. Okay, 1 second. Tab.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed my title like a face.
What did she title it? Do I want to know?
I forget what I called it. Oh yeah. It's...
Oh, Demon.
That's right. I forgot about that.
I mean, it's a perfect title.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Titling of art says a lot about art in most cases, and I am glad that it holds
Also,
up.
where do you think Kana's got the big ears? She has bigger ears than her
Wait,
sister.
did you title it Demon Daddy?
Yeah,
Yes.
I
Just double checking.
did. Yeah, I
'Cause
did.
I was on a different tab. I had to double check.
Yep, it's Demon Daddy.
Oh. Alright, anyways, that was just a little
thirsty
sidetrack.
wench.
Would you not want me any other way?
Quite capable individual. The fact that you are related to him and on this adventure, well, it bodes well for my chances.
Answers.
What chances are those?
Have you not considered that we are in bandit country?
Well,
We know
yeah, we know.
Well, that means my chances of survival, because I am with the Idas, has greatly increased. They're considered lucky by my family.
We're considered what by your family?
Lucky.
Ah, lucky.
That skill is one half of the coin. Hoji comes with a reputation for luck in his ventures. always being in the right place with the right wares for the job.
Well, hopefully we inherited that luck.
I wonder how much of it is luck. I mean, Dad is rather cunning.
I thought he was just resourceful and cunning. Yeah, as you said.
I didn't realize you two were famous.
I honestly didn't realize we were famous either.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I mean, I know that my father is well known, but I didn't know his fame
We only-
extended so highly.
Yeah, we only knew how, like, he was well known for his business, but other than that, we really didn't know that far.
It's not, well, not for me to put his business out. I'm sure you will enjoy family letters back to him. You do write
Yes.
off the list.
I've forgotten to do my daily letters. And this is happening while we're walking or during lunchtime, I forget.
This is while we're on the trail.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is while we're walking, technically.
So so at that she goes to the edge of like the cart and everything to like sit on the cart for a minute and just like closes her eyes and just does like a hum meditation thing, and just kind of clocks out for the next like 15 minutes. But yeah, you hear her say like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to do my letters," and I think only Saren understands.
Yeah, Saren smiles and just says,
Yeah, Kana
"It's
just looks
so
at her
weird."
confused. Kana just kind of looks back at her, kind of confused. Just whatever. I'm not even gonna ask. Just
Magic
kind of keeps
takes
walking.
concentration. You should know that.
I mean, I'll take your word for it. I'm not in the. I don't really know if I can do magic, so I'll take your word on it, Saren.
I mean, I'm still getting to understand it all myself, I guess, if you think about it technically. Just kind of shrugs at that.
I have a question for you, Sarah.
Yes.
You seem to be of first world descent.
Yes.
Would you happen to know Sylvan?
Yes. I'm trying to remember what languages I know.
Would there be a possibility that I could study from you? I've always had a fascination with languages, and since well, yours is a less than common language, enjoy getting a rare opportunity.
I could try, but it's usually pretty hard for your kind to understand.
The challenge in itself the more worthy.
What do I get in return?
Well, have dabbled in creation of jewelry. Trade of coin. Priority on you.
I can heal myself.
Had to go out on the limb. Maybe I will tell you about the court intrigue I have experienced. The adventures of
I was going to suggest your entire family background, but I would take that as well, because that would give me a lot of starting points to find out about more people. You're on.
I look forward.
Perfect.
So, Court is going to perk up when you mentioned that you work with jewelry.
What?
Does Kana catch that look?
Work with jewelry.
Not the look that you are assuming.
No.
I
What
mean,
is the
yeah.
look? Is it the
Precious?
is it the shiny look?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not that look.
yeah.
You work with jewelry, have you?
He pushes his hair back to reveal his left ear, where he has two black ebony piercings that are finely carved that pierce through the cartilage in his ears. handcrafted. They only work, or I only wear pieces I've made.
Would it be possible for you to make a small chain then?
Depends on the material and what you would like with it, yes.
Mm, just a small chain. It doesn't have to be anything special.
But every piece of jewelry should have its own meaning. Otherwise, jewelry has no value.
I mean, she kind of gets a little flustered. I mean, that's not the part that's.
I understand. He will be very lucky.
Wait. What did he just say?
He will be very lucky.
Who would be it?
He rides forward ahead. Smiling.
Is it
I think he's talking about your
Sakura?
boyfriend.
Yeah, I think he's talking about you and Tony.
Your boyfriend. The one you left back at camp?
Yeah.
And you're desperately missing already? Tell me, how does your heart pine?
Saki, you go so quick. I'm so proud of you.
Is it like you've never been able
not.
to breathe without him in your sight?
It is not like that.
Are you sure?
I'm
How
pretty
can I write
sure.
letters when you all are speaking so fast and loud.
You're not writing letters, like you're sitting there.
I was writing
He
letters.
is writing letters. Apparently,
Doesn't look like
Alwyn
writing
gets
letters
them all
to
the
me,
time.
and
I am
Nonsense.
all for moving on and, not talking about whatever this is that we're talking
But
about.
Saki,
But I understand
why
that
didn't
heartbreak
you
can
tell
change
me?
everything. Heartbreak.
Sisters.
It is not like that.
A broken heart is just so hard to overcome. I don't want you to be
I
alone
am
for
not. I am not brokenhearted, especially over that flirtatious.
What's wrong with Tony?
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know him for one.
Tony sense a disturbance.
Back at camp, Tony senses a disturbance in the charm force.
The charm force. Yeah.
Someone is unseduced by my efforts. Tell me quickly more about this humility. I must know. My powers are waning. No, they still work. They still.
Oh my god, I hate the both of you. Flaunting it.
I don't think I could do it. It's really
I'm not even gonna try. Out of pure respect for Diana, I want to.
It sounded, at least it sounded like
Somebody
a
loves
cat
me
trying
here.
to imitate a garbage disposal. And it was vaguely congested.
I am congested though.
No.
I'm still dealing with sinus.
As the teasing is going on, I think, and since I cannot write my letters, I go ahead, walk ahead, I need, because obviously sitting still does not make warmth. So I'm like, I'll just brusquely walk ahead, maybe up towards where Mayim is. But not actually say anything, I'm just muttering, I can't get these letters done, and it won't know what's going on, and just, I know RK, I know.
Sakura is still going to look very, very flustered and no, y'all.
Sakura, if you need somebody to talk to about all of this, I am a fantastic
Yes.
listener.
You know,
Nothing.
if you always need you don't get us hug your little sister. I'm always there for you.
You're not helping. You weren't helping back there either.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me that you and him already got together.
We're not together. What part of that don't you understand?
Sometimes you
Oh,
just
no.
can't resist the call of one person to another.
I can very much
It's a mating call.
resist whatever he is.
Sakura,
Accepted.
it's Sakura, and I think Sarah will look a bit more serious as they're still trying to joke. I'm just saying that give him a real chance. It's not always that you'll find somebody like that for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's
Saren's got a point.
and it's not that I don't appreciate the advice, but with Tony, I highly doubt that he is the settling type.
You never know until you ask. Some people just only want to settle. You'd be surprised. And I think Saren will kind of back away from the conversation at that to fiddle with something in their bag, maybe looking for their paper, to write down some of the things that they've learned about people today. So they have to work on their book eventually.
I'm afraid of what she's gonna write about Sakura now. She so loves him.
She is so in love, she's denying it.
Captivated by the rolling R.
The accent.
I told you, Kate.
I told you.
I told you to drink everything before we started.
I thought I had a moment of peace.
No, not with this group.
Not a chance.
I mean,
But-
you could wait 10 more minutes. We probably go on break then.
I'm very thirsty.
Okay,
We
everyone.
know.
So is everyone in this party except for Neffy. And anyway, I'm trying to give Kay a chance to, sip. Okay, cool. All right, you've had your once per hour sip. Now we can get back to the real work.
Yes.
Teasing Neffy.
No.
Teasing Neffy. Do you guys talk about anything else during your day, or look for anything else, or do you just amicably travel, passing the time?
I mean, if Mayin wants to talk to me, he can, since I did move up to in range of him. But otherwise,
Oh, I thought you were staying just a little back from him so he wouldn't.
not immediately, but like still within like horse range, like I don't know how to describe it. Like not coming up to you where I'm like I'm gonna start a conversation with you, but I'm nearby, very close to like if you were to have a conversation, I would respond.
Drakir, Drakir, what was Drakir again? He pulls open a small book and Drakir. Fireballs. Got it. He's practicing Draconic while he's writing and try and keep it refreshed in his head, and he glances back. Ami, my apologies. Looks about. How are you?
Cold. We are cold.
Whoa.
And I like pet like the little bit of like Arcade's head that's popped up from the blanket or from the covering.
If you need, I have a winter jacket you could borrow.
She hesitates and like that would be nice. I was like,
Oh, it's got novel all over it, though.
yeah, it's got Nova all over it. No, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll be fine walking. I have to get used to this. And no, I was just, I had forgotten my usual tasks I like to do daily since starting this whole thing, and I feel that I shouldn't forget to do them. Although I do feel like I forgot something today. I left behind. And she just shrugs. RK would have told me if it was important.
Huh? we all come with a feeling of loss when we leave something we knew well. Maybe you are missing Brevoy.
A little. It's been my home for some time, but I came on this so I could adventure and see new things and new people and new experiences.
From Brevoy, you speak as if you were only there for a short period.
Oh, it's all I know, but. And I think she like kind of like she does step a little bit forward so that we're more like in line with each other, and kind of just stares at you to see so that you could see that her eyes are not quite human eyes. I'm not really from here.
Well, how so?
I honestly don't know. But I can do this, and just for fun, because it is something I can do once a day. I like light my hand on fire.
Oh. That must at least keep them warm.
It doesn't last very long, and I can't figure out how to do my whole body quite yet. RK says I need to practice my restraint more.
Patience is a virtue. You find that sometimes opening your mouth can be more dangerous than keeping quiet. Well,
They kind of give you a look at that, like, like, was that a critique?
take it as you will. But it's also refreshing to have someone who'll speak their mind when they have one.
Of course.
And he says when they have one, not making an insinuation, but just like when they have an opinion.
Right. Yeah, I think. Yeah, she doesn't take it like negatively, but I don't think she understood quite what you meant by that. But it's just like just nods. I don't see the reason why one shouldn't speak their mind honestly and boast about one's ability. I mean, everything is give and take, is it not?
The dance is the dance. Give and take. Some will take. It is our duty to give to those who need it, to take from those who clearly lost what they have earned.
That's not the impression I get of most nobles, though. You tend to take and lie, and only give when it's. And she kind of like just like trails off for a moment, like as if she lost her train of thought. Oh, I know her. Okay.
There are nobles. There are few nobles, I agree, would be happy to take everything. But sometimes I think nobles are misunderstood for how they give back to society. It's not always, we must have open doors and open coffers to every poor woman and child. Sometimes you must guide those unwilling. And those who don't understand sometimes see it as being taken advantage of.
I've noticed most nobles don't tend to explain themselves enough for those who don't understand.
It's not always our place to explain ourselves because that leaves room for doubt and criticism. And a figurehead, much like a deity, does not need to be doubted. It needs to be followed. So if you leave everybody to question and doubt, it weakens the strength of what that noble needs to be.
But we shouldn't follow blindly either, especially when the noble is lying, or half-lying, or half-truthing, or whatever it is that you all like to call it when you speak
If
about...
I told you that we needed to save somebody from a burning building, what would you do?
I'd walk in there and get the person.
What if I told you that you would most likely die if you run into that burning building?
I wouldn't. Didn't I just show you? And she like flicks her hand up, but she can't do it again since she undid it.
Not everybody is fireproof.
Then you get the person who is.
Not enough people are fireproof.
Well, I wouldn't want to make anybody do what they don't have to do. Some people, if they are afraid to go into a burning building, then they're afraid to go into a burning building. I am not.
Sacrifices of the few to save the many. I don't think we will agree on this. But not all nobles are out to use you as a tool. But not all nobles can tell you what their purposes are.
I've yet met a noble who has told me their true purpose. I usually have to wring it out of them.
Well, this noble's looking for a purpose. And that is my purpose for now.
Are you willing to go into a fire to save someone, even if it means their death?
And you may not see the flames, but this house is definitely on fire.
She gives you like a respectful nod, but still gives you like, but you're still a noble kind of look.
Yep.
But might like you just a teensy bit more. All right.
Friendship.
Friendship, yeah. Just know,
Forever. Wait.
noble. I am watching you. I believe for now you have good intentions. But I don't like people who lie and cover themselves in half-truth.
He leans over and goes, lead by example. Follow what you believe in. The shadows are still beautiful.
I think she responds with that. And she doesn't realize she does this, but she responds in Ignan. But the light will always overtake. And then, like, slows down and goes and sees what everybody else is doing.
Still leading Yuri and trying to forget that whole conversation happened.
Which conversation?
The one that
So
didn't
the day
happen.
continues on. The snow falls. You guys get into the trees. You have lovely conversations. Eventually, you find a place to camp. Sakura, I need a quick perception check from you.
Okay.
Just you.
That is a 20 if it has anything to do with bandits.
It does, actually. One in particular.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't think we were done, did you?
Yes?
Just a little tidbit before break. You did notice earlier, so you kind of spaced out because you're kind of in the midst of things. Tony appeared to slip something into your bag.
Oh boy. I will investigate what that is then.
It is a piece of paper with a shiny rock.
Oh,
And it has a
shiny.
poem inside.
Oh.
It says, Sakura, you travel these lands so barren, with companions Ami, Main, Kana, and Seren. Your hearts I long to have a sharing. And that's where we're gonna go to break.
Was Sakura's face just poof red?
Yeah, fair.
Thank
Well,
you
you
for
can't
watching and
really, you can't
bringing this
really
to us.
tell. It's pink already. He just
I
gets.
mean, he wrote you a poem and gave you a shiny rock that works for penguins.
For life.
So,
Okay.
It's a marriage proposal in penguin speak.
How shiny of a rock?
it's like a river rock that's like been polished.
Oh,
It's
okay.
real shiny. Like, it's a nice shiny rock. It's got like those little like speckles of like quartz or something in it that you can kind of like see when you shift it. Like it's a real shiny sparkle rock. It's not like a gem or anything. It's a rock, but like it's a nice sparkle rock. And we're gonna go to break. Enjoy the art roll. We'll see you guys when we get back, and we will start with day 2, Hex 2.
Oh, 18 on survival
Cool.
to not get lost and provide food.
And we're back. I
Doki.
really need to do something about the music because I feel like there's just dead air during the break.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
So, we left off. You guys found a nice little nook under some trees to camp in for the evening. You rolled that survival. You managed to spot said nook. And it's got some decent cover and stuff. You guys won't get snowed in too badly or anything. There's enough clarity to build a fire without really having to worry about. Even though there's damp from the snow and stuff, it's still a caution that, you know.
Fire, you say, eh?
He wasn't looking for food, he was just making sure we were going in the right direction. And kind
Yeah,
of
that's why I'm giving you this. Direction-wise, you guys are doing pretty well. As I seem to recall, I think someone in the party brought a compass.
Oh, yes. I believe I do have a compass. One moment. Let me double check.
Because you were all excited about
I don't.
No, I do not. In that case, I think Kay was the one who got the compass.
Nope.
Hold on.
I know that I didn't. If it's not on
I have a
here,
written time.
RK is my compass.
RK says,
Exactly.
which is dragon, not draconic, mind you, but dragon for I'm cold, let's get away from that. It's not particularly helpful, but like true,
I've
accurate. Partially eaten cheese.
oh, I did it again. Not my fault. I clicked off the main channel.
There we go.
Silly.
But yeah, you find a nice little nook. You guys set up camp. You have rations and such, obviously. It's not like necessarily like the most comfortable arrangements, but it's not uncomfortable for. I mean, it's not comfy. You're sleeping on the ground, and it's cold and
What?
and it's wet and cold. So it honestly it sucks pretty bad, to be honest.
It's not the person who loses everything has a compass.
No, like
That would have been funny.
It would have been funny if
No.
that's what we had.
I
lost.
was originally going to get a compass, and then I didn't have enough money. So I was
That's
asking if people would chip in, and then somebody else said that they were getting the compass.
I might have
I
said
think
that.
that was me.
So I might have said it, but what happened between the time we talked about equipment and us starting?
I honestly don't remember that conversation, so. As per Jack.
You're just so dedicated.
Saren finds a nice fir tree, and that is where they are perched for the night. Because they do not sleep on a bedroll and
I think
would
I look
not
up.
take up space.
I think I look up almost longingly at you, Saren, because at least you're not in the snow. You know, it's like. Ah.
Tucked up under the branches.
Okay,
Kind of
I
nice.
found it. It's
Okay.
in my shit.
Okay. So Cora's gonna make sure that you at least have an extra blanket so you stay warm, and ask about maybe it's possible that you
Immune
try
to cold.
Oh, she's immune to cold?
No, I'm saying she's not.
Oh yeah.
You're cold. It's chilly. The wind is going through your branches. And that is not a metaphor.
Well,
Sarah's
it
not
is,
considering this.
but it's both.
It is warmer when you get under the base of like a thick tree, though.
But still. It's
Yeah.
bear in mind, it's dropping down into below freezing temperatures at night right now. So it's like
Saren's kind of an idiot, so.
That,
Hey.
that's why
They
Sakura's
make them
making
better
sure
than
you have
anything.
extra blankets if you're gonna do this.
You guys have a cart, yes?
Mhm.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you set up your bedrolls in the cart and then put a poncho over the top of them?
I mean, that's what I did
Can it fit 5 people in the cart?
with all our stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have to
You don't
worry
need
about-
me.
necessarily my character. I think the only character we really have to worry about is Kana, because Saren
taller.
is about 2 feet tall.
3'10".
She's almost 4.
I could
She
fit
is
you
tall
under
as a
the
child.
footboards.
But I don't sleep laying down. I sleep perched, so I have to perch somewhere.
She sleeps like a bird.
The expression. The
Uh-huh.
I
expression.
brought a hammock, a bedroll, and a poncho. I'm good.
Are you also going to be sleeping out in the middle of the cold? We have a camping set that has tents, you know.
Yeah, we do have tents.
They have a tent. I just
feel like
can't perch in the tent.
Yeah.
Unless I'm just gonna like stand in the corner,
We need to get a travel tire swing for
which
Sarah.
isn't really perch.
Yeah.
You know?
Travel tire swing.
Or like a bird swing.
Yeah. Well, we have enough rope now. We have 60 foot of hemp rope now. So we
70.
Could technically-
True.
70. So we could make a hemp rope.
If you want to
Just
set
get
up the
just
tent,
get
we
another
can.
nice. Just get another nice stick and use the rope. There you go.
Who's got guard chip?
I think Ami has expressed before that Ami likes to take first card.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you let Sakura sleep, she's an early riser, so she'll take the last shift if you need.
Sarah will do whatever.
I must be kind enough to request that, given certain practices I have, I cannot take guard shift on the new moon. But counter to that, I will take full guard shift on full moon.
Why so specific?
Religious
roll for this?
practices.
I can respect that.
What can I roll for
Okay.
this? I have
The,
knowledge in everything.
Religion?
Next to me, but okay.
Um.
Religious practices.
Knowledge religion, yeah.
Okay. Natural 20.
Yep.
So 22.
What?
In religion, since you said religion.
There are several religions that fall under the guidance of shadow and darkness.
I just love Pop Tart's face. It's just trying to be as neutral as possible.
We could
Writing notes.
Okay. Is it like what? Is it a common like religion in Brevoy, or is it like more of like the fringe kind of thing?
It is uncommon in Brevoy,
Okay.
but he's calling on probably a more archaic and niche practice as well.
Okay.
She could narrow it down to like 3 to 5. That would be. I mean, not 20. You know what I mean?
Well, there's only like
Like I wouldn't.
Five
I'm fine with not knowing
religions
the
in the
actual
shadow.
name of it, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you could narrow it down to a few likely suspects, I'd say.
Okay. So, but at the very least, it does. So it at least tracks that he's not bullshitting for other reasons, at least at the moment.
As far as you can tell.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, oh. I think I
Sakura.
went into one of those religions once. So I thought it might fit my needs, but no religion truly fits my needs.
Religion's so interesting.
Sakura will look over at Maine. Are there any other restrictions that we should know about? Are you able to take part in, for instance, a battle should something arise on a new moon or a full moon?
Yeah, you're gonna
Any
drop out
other-
on us
other-
like, oh, I can't do that.
Any cooking restrictions that your religions pertain to as well? I mean, like, I
Any
wanna-
dietary restrictions? Any allergies? Are you allergic to dragons?
I mean, obviously he's not allergic to dragons.
Can Husbando hear us?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I had to ask him a quick character question.
But
Did he hear us?
They were asking if you had any religious or dietary other restrictions they should know about, or allergens, anything like
Like,
that.
yeah, we
Specifically-
made the joke. We made, or at least I made the joke. I was just like, do you need to tap out when it's on a new moon? You can't fight today.
no, on the nights of the new moon, occasionally I do get visions, gifts from my patron.
If you were looking at Ami looked like she was about to say, "Oh, you too," but then you mentioned patron, and she's like, "Oh, wait, no." Not
Nope.
the same.
But,
Sarah technically has a patron.
Olive.
it is just it comes with its cost. So I ask that on new moons I remain undisturbed, but on the full moon I will happily take the full guard shift. I don't rest. It was too bright.
If that's the case, we can surely make some.
That is no problem. We were doing this without you before. We can do that on those days too, on those nights.
Such ass from you on. Damn.
It's the truth. We were doing it fine without him before.
I mean, yeah, but damn.
It is okay. She'll chalk it up to noble obligations. Clearly.
Exactly.
I think it's quite funny.
He smirks over at Ami and helps set up the tent.
Sakura
Ami
will
was like-
start
oh, go ahead.
cooking food.
Ami does look at the cart and be like, "I could do the cart again, but I can't really put but it is snowing hard." And, say, and she just sets up her tent like before. And then goes and tries to get more wood so that the fire keeps going. So we have it.
Yeah, to give you an idea, it gets down to about 26 that night.
Okay. Yeah.
Fahrenheit, for those of us who are not heathens.
Excuse you.
Quick question.
Are you a
I'm
heathen,
gonna double check.
Kay?
Negative
I mean, we're all
3.
heathens and degenerates, but like,
We're all
Yes,
my
degenerates in
son's
our
here.
own.
Sorry. I got used to it at some point. And...
Consulting my survival guide, is it looking like we may receive precipitation through the night?
You mean your Boy Scout manual?
That's
Sakura
I'm
Sakura
gonna continue
is
to call it
going.
the Boy Scout manual.
it is.
If she
Um,
if Sakura sees me looking through the book and notices that it's a field guide, is it possible for me to have a look at that at some time? I know a few of the herbs and mushrooms.
If you would like to borrow it in the evening when I'm not using it, or while we're on the road, I don't mind.
You can use it any other time, not when we're doing it.
according to your Boy Scout
Particularly when
manual,
I'm not actively needing it.
according to Boy Scouts for Fun and Profit, it does look like it's going to continue to precipitate throughout the night.
I advise that you consider putting a waterproof cover over wherever you rest. It will help you have a much more comfortable evening and morning. It looks like it should snow.
It gonna snow. It's snowing sideways.
It's so much
I
sideways.
I set my vest up so it gets the most snow and water.
You wake up in the morning, you can't find it anymore because it's just covered in snow. You might want to put a flag or something.
Yeah, I'll put like a shiny stick. Because at least there's something shiny then.
Hope soccer doesn't see that Chinese stick.
Yeah.
I'm not that much of a kleptomania. It doesn't
No.
shimmer and sparkle like crystals and light.
Duly noted.
I like shiny things, but shiny things are things that reflect lots of light. The more
Like a
light, the better.
chain,
Or a
a
rock.
delicate chain.
Or a really nice rock.
Yeah, really shiny rock.
Polished. Carefully. Against probably a
Well,
sock or something.
You can't. My nails are shinier than this, but. Wow.
Wow.
So
Yeah, kinda like that.
pretty.
Is that the hollow taco nails?
It is. It's lit.
We're gonna talk about those later, but oh my god!
Hello, Taco.
They were roommates.
Hashtag not
Wait,
sponsored, but we would love to be sponsored.
honestly.
Hashtag Christine, sponsor us, and we will all. I'll even paint his nails. We'll do it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think Saren will look really perplexed at what to do about their sleeping situation.
It goes no sideways.
If it helps, Sakura is going to try gathering some like
Oh, is that-
tenty material or like fabric of some sort and kind of make like a teepee out of it so that it's more cylindrical and tall rather than just, short and stubby. So that she has more protection, but she can sleep standing up instead of,
Hand you an umbrella.
Here you go. Here's this umbrella.
They tie some sticks together on the end of the stick. They put a poncho over it.
Perfect.
An umbrella. Haha.
Saren, if you'd like to perch in my tent at least while I take first guardship, however you call it. You
First
can.
watch.
First watch.
First watch. Thank you.
And I could take after you. As long as it's not weird. I'm sure I could roll a stump or something to stand on.
Yeah, that should be perfectly fine.
Maybe we
I
should get
don't-
you one of those swings that are in like those bird cages that some people have.
I don't need to go in a bird cage.
No. I'm not saying the bird cage, the swing part that's in the bird cage. So you have
Perhaps.
something more to perch on and it'd be more fun.
I mean, I have used the bedroll before, but not anymore.
Oh, we'll figure. This should do for now. Right?
So Sakura is going to
This chair
Start-
is I can keep going.
Papa always knows when I say something on purpose.
I just assume all things are on purpose at all times. And I figure if I make enough funny faces, I get it right.
Anyways.
Sakura is
Correct face.
going to go around Saren and start like trying to get like measurements. Like how tall is she? How wide is her wingspan?
3'10".
No, like that's what she's doing. She's measuring your height, she's measuring your wingspan, she's measuring,
She's getting
what it would be like if you stretched.
Saren's making this very difficult by continuously moving their wings.
She's
What are
at
you-
one point just going to an extra foot for the wings. Like, whatever measurement she gets, she's gonna
No.
add on a foot.
I don't sleep with my wings out like some kind of terror in the night.
No.
That's not what Tina
But
says.
you...
She's not a bat. Okay.
She knows that, you may want to, when you wake up, stretch your ring so that way she's giving you more room if she needs to make
They're
something.
made out of wood.
You fly with them.
Yes, but they're not as touchy as people imagine.
She suffers #first world problems, and this is not one of them.
What did Sakura make for supper?
It's gonna be a stew. She uses some of the jerky for, like, the broth and the protein, and then she would chop up some of the root vegetables that Lana had given them, and set some of the, if there's any bread left over that might have gotten cold, she kind of sits them on, like, the ring around the fire so that they get warmed up, but they're not actually, like, cooking. So that we have...
This is very delicious, Sakura.
Thank you. It's kind of
Managed to keep me warm for at least my first watch. Throughout my first watch.
Of course. It always been kind of a hobby of mine to cook. I mean, I do it because, somebody has to in our house, but I enjoy it a lot. So it's more of a passion and a joy for me than, a chore like, the laundry or cleaning.
I like to cook. I just tend to forget I'm cooking.
Typically not a thing you want to do.
No, eating burnt food isn't very great. But what I do remember, I've been told I make a decent honey cake.
Oh, if we get to a place that we can do a honey cake, probably better in spring, but I would love to try it.
It's a recipe Arcade told me once.
Oh, is Arcade chef as well?
I think so. I mean, Arcade loves the finest of food. Liked everything that the lady had presented us when we were given this contract.
Arcade is currently chewing a leaf.
I love him.
I'm sure this is not quite what you're used to up in your noble houses, Mai. But I hope you don't mind. The simpler fare.
Good food is good food.
Mayne sits down and politely takes a bowl. I don't believe simpler fare means it's no less grandiose. To at least eat among friends. And this is anything but simple.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Sakura.
It's one of the best compliments a person can give is that they enjoy your food. So thank you. It is my pleasure.
It's mine.
What was that?
Is mine.
Ah.
I like that Pop Tart's doing so many rolls while we arcade.
Not scary
Prepping.
at all.
I'm just prepping you guys.
It's the worst that could happen.
Exactly.
Is there
A dragon can land on us and squish us to death before we even know what happens. Rocks could fall. We all die.
Snow falls, everyone dies. It's winter. Get it right.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna all die of hypothermia.
exactly.
Stay warm enough.
But yeah, Saren's
Ain't no
vegetarian.
party like a Donner party. Oh,
Saren will eat meat, but doesn't really like meat. So Saren would be eating
Around it.
around that, but like understands that sometimes their body needs.
Oh, do they feed it to Alwyn? I forget, is Alwyn a vegetarian or dietarian? I can't remember.
I guess I should
I-
probably check based on the type
Okay.
of dinosaur they are.
What type are they?
The word is hard
Gaiamais?
to say. No, it starts
Okay.
with a C.
I think they're carnivores.
Let me double check. Let me just check quick. Cause
We've just been playing kind of fast and loose because it's a fantasy setting.
yeah, but I want to know now.
This is Kay we're talking about. Prime researcher.
That's true.
Wait,
She
wait.
likes trees
It's
and
a
dinosaurs.
I have very specific things I enjoy.
Capybara?
And cheese.
It's
And
a
cheese.
No, not a cat. Dinosaur.
sog.
Oh, it's a compy.
Yeah. But what do they eat?
They're scavengers.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
carnivorous. Yeah, they'll eat whatever.
Yeah. So like it kind of works out though because then like
Yeah.
you eat around the meat and they eat the meat. So like
Mhm.
it kinda works out.
Sakura does give you more vegetables than other people, though.
That's fine.
Just-
It's a blend of sunlight and food for me. I feel like I am.
I
Photosynthesis.
want to
Yes.
at least make sure that the
Photosynthesis.
horses get fed as well. Before
Yeah.
Getting his bedroll set up and politely dismissing himself, saying, I appreciate your considerations for my particular inconvenience. I will make it up.
Sleep
Good
well,
night.
Noble.
It is not yet the full moon, by the way. I did mention it's like on the way to the full moon, but it's not full or the new moon. Sorry, the not full
I
one.
thought it was.
No, I said it was it was on the way, but it's a few days away yet.
Oh, my apologies. I do have a guard shift today.
Okay, I need to make more rolls. When do you want to put your shift? We've got Ami, Saren, Kana, and Sakura, and it's an 8-hour shift, and you've each taken 2 hours. Or do you just want to like tag in the next night, like rotational?
Starting the next night. I'll
Okay.
start the next night off.
Okay, good. I don't have to make more rolls then.
Make it easier.
I made so many rolls, and I did the math.
I will reward you for doing the math.
Possibly.
So Sakura is gonna take the apple that she got from Lana and try to give it to Yori. She's still trying to bribe this horse to like her.
Sis, you know bribing is only gonna get you so far.
Because it's a running joke now, roll an animal handling check.
How is it rolling an animal handling check?
This is
if-
more so just how it's going to be taken.
Oh no,
the
I
horse
know.
is going to take the apple from it. Yes. It's
Whether or
an
not
apple.
you're gonna get bit or not.
It's just like, how much is the horse like? Yee.
+2. Because I aid, because I'm probably feeding the horses around this time.
No, that's a 12.
Yuri is very excited for his apple because it's about damn time.
Hey, she was giving him apples before the bandit fight and carrots.
And that was the last one he had. You're falling down on your job.
Yeah.
One night! One night!
Yeah.
Yes, and you've been bribing the horse. It's come to expect a daily, tithe
Good.
of apples.
Good to know.
You've spoiled the horse. is
Yeah,
what
you
you've done.
spoiled the horse.
You've taken this horse and you've given it anxiety, is what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's like, where's my share? Where's my apple?
you don't know what it's told the other horses. Like,
Oh no.
All 7 other horses.
all the other horses are like, what? You get what? What do you get, horses? What is this?
What's this bullshit?
What is this? They're gonna form a union.
Yeah.
Horse
We-
union.
We're gonna get back. The fort is destroyed because the horses refuse to do anything.
You go to the stables, you can't find any of the horses, you realize they're in the unstables. One of them explodes. Anyway, I love that joke. I'm sorry. We'll get back to the horse union and plant cannibalism and all that some other time.
Plant cannibalism.
Everyone's got a joke now, Kay. It's a thing. I'm working my way through the team. Alright, so, Ami, you are first shift. I would like you to roll a perception check for your shift. Oh no.
It's a
Oh no, that's a 4.
Why are we both so bad at perception checks every time?
Why are the people taking the first shift so bad at it, too? With that 4, the snow is falling. You have that kind of hush, white noise, snowfall sound. We all know the sound, probably.
No, but I'll pretend.
It's a sound. It's kind of a weird, just white noise sort of sound that muffles everything. You swear you could hear something out there, but you can't see anything. There's just this. There's almost like in the moments where the white noise fades for a minute because of the trees. There's something like a crunch, but you never see anything. But it does kind of leave you like tense the whole shift.
Yeah.
Just like, is there a thing? But like you don't want to wake anybody up if there's not a thing.
Yeah, I've been paranoid before, and paranoia is not good. And it's always in my head.
Bless you.
Hey,
Oh, boss.
You're right, okay. It's in my head. It's always in my head. The voices are in my head, nowhere else.
but otherwise, it's an uneventful shift. And 2 hours pass agonizingly slow. That's because the only thing you have to watch is fire, RK, and snow. But 2 hours pass, and you pass your duty along to Sarah. Aaron, I was going to ask if you'd like to roll me perception check, but I know the answer is no, so would you do it anyway?
10.
I think they're bad.
That's so much less bad.
It's not
Let's
as bad
double
as before.
digits.
About it.
That's a
Thanks,
bare minimum
Anna.
of not. That's a bare minimum of mediocre. Just trying to be supportive, but like
Thank you.
honest,
Yeah.
because that's important to honest.
Mm-hmm.
With a 10, your shift is uneventful. It's a little hard to tell with the snow. You don't see anything. You don't hear anything. It's just kind of the white noise. It's actually pretty soothing.
Mm-hmm.
In a weird way. Like you tend to be a person who likes to surround yourself with things, activity, noise, something. But there, but there's something kind of soothing because it's almost a constant sound.
Yeah. That's the kind of sound that Sarah would definitely like, is the like being able to hear snow falling on trees and like the little creaking of the branches.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a A+ sound.
Yeah. So unlike Ami, yours is incredibly relaxing. Very zen. You're like, yeah. That was like pretty. That's kind of cool.
So pretty.
And then you pass your duty along after 2 hours to Kana.
Yeah, and I think because it
Roll
wasn't
perception.
discussed, Sarah will just take it upon themselves to now perch where Kana was.
Take the worm spot. And...
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Real quick, Husbando, you know there's that pillow under your desk? Where the toolbox is?
Mm-hmm.
There is now a huss perched on top of it. She just discovered it existed. Anyway, Kana.
This existed this whole time? Oh my god!
Kana,
Yeah,
what is
so, we got a 7.
You got 7. You got
Still
7.
better than me!
You got 7.
It's
Friend,
still better than a 4.
friend, you got a 7. That's not as bad as a 4, but it's not as good as a 10. I don't know if you
I
know that.
know.
But I'm just letting you know basic math here.
It's still better than a 4.
I feel really bad because even if I get a nat 1, I'm still gonna roll better than Ami.
At least I
Yeah.
didn't pass out in the first fight.
Shut up.
Ooh, at least I didn't get hit before everyone else in not even a combat.
Oh yeah, you did.
That's true.
At least I'm not 3'10". Oh wait.
Saren.
Anyway,
How's
so
that plant watering going, Vest?
Yeah, how's that plant watering going?
I'm assuming it's being buried right now by
Yeah.
snow.
She said she was burying it.
You check the pH of the snow. I understand it's roses.
The pH of the soil is too dry.
anyway,
I might die.
you hear giggling, but like giggling, really, right here. But like, it's just weird. You see?
It's so high pitched that the mic doesn't pick it up.
I'm gonna look over to see.
But hi.
I'm gonna look over to see if like Saren is like giggling in her sleep or something.
Nope, just weird echoes like hee 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 hee, but like higher than that, like teeny tiny voice,
Creeped
teeny
out.
tiny giggle child.
She hates it. Creeped out.
Very much like if the Victorian era had happened, this would be the ghost of one kind of giggles.
Yeah, no, that she hates that. Fucking
Yeah.
hates that.
Yeah, it sucks. That's what you get for your shift.
Fuck.
And uncomfortably, you pass it along to your sister after 2 hours.
She like begrudgingly says good night. Goes back.
Good night. Me and Geet will talk.
Oh,
You
okay.
can definitely tell that she is startled by something.
Uh, Okay. I also got a 10, 11 if any bandits or things come up. A 12 if there's anything shiny.
For once, because you're not at Oleg's, the answer is no, so it's a 10.
It's dead.
If I don't see anything, one of the things that I am going to start doing is preparing breakfast. Once it gets like after the first hour, when it gets closer to when people will be waking up.
Right.
But also she is. Oh wait, no, never mind. She's not gonna do that. She doesn't have a book. That was
So-
something I wanted to get, but I didn't.
Pretty uneventful. After the first hour, you start prepping breakfast. You get pretty absorbed in it. Like, you know, it's a soothing thing for you. Like,
Yeah.
taking care of other people, prepping things. Like, it's nice. And that's what you're doing when everyone wakes up.
I will say, when you go to get Kana, Saki, you're going to see a very familiar sight that you hadn't seen in a long time. It's her, like, bundled up under the covers, like she would be scared of something in the dark, like a little kid would be. She got spooked really bad.
She'll kneel down by her sister and kind of like pet her hair and be like, "Are you okay?
No, I'm not.
What happened?"
I heard spooky kid laughter. I thought it was Saren, but it wasn't Saren.
Well, we are close to the area where strange things happen, so strange things might have happened. It may have been one of the Fae just watching you and taking enjoyment out of, seeing you squirm.
Why? Why do we have to do that in the middle of the night, though? Why? It's
Well-
so much worse.
Because of it would make things so much worse. I mean, you're probably
I-
frightened.
And no offense to Sarah, but I am not really liking the Fae folk much now.
Come on.
Saren is
I have
sleeping in
some.
the corner of your tent.
I know.
Okay.
Be racist or
There-
anything, but like,
That,
Well, I guess
that's
not
what she
sleeping
says.
is
No
meditating
offense to
with
Saren,
without
not
him,
really
yeah.
liking the Fae folk right now.
Saren lets out a very light giggle.
I think
sounds
that's
remarkably
when
like what you
that's
heard.
that's when Connor's just gonna kind of nudge her.
Come on. I
Properly
have some.
laughs, picks up Awen to leave the tent, lets you be.
You're awful.
There's nice warm food we can eat, and then the sooner we eat and clean up, the sooner we can leave and get away from those annoying giggles that you don't like.
Okay, good.
Okay, so come on. Up.
With the whole.
And she kind of like pulls her up, you know, giving her a slap on the butt like a mom would a kid who's not moving fast enough. Come on, out. Out with you.
Okay. And you kind of see like bedhead too. It's like it's just floopier than normal.
You slept wonderfully. Not a peep. No giggles. No weird snow sound. Like, it was lovely. You were cozy. I mean, it's a little chilly, but like, you wake up and it's like Disney princess. Da 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 da. Oh, your hair's like perfectly coiffed, you know.
Well, it is near the new moon.
Yeah.
Sleep better when it's dark.
Oh my god.
Cat has opinions.
Schrodinger says
Aww.
he wants to be on the pillow. Shadow won't share. So, you guys have breakfast. Gather up your things. You look for your shiny stick. Roll a perception
My
check.
armor. Damn it.
See
You're
if you
not
can
gonna
find the
make
shiny
me-
stick.
You're not gonna make me lose my armor, are you?
Hope not. Let's hope you don't forget it either.
11!
You find the stick laying flat on the ground next to a pile of snow.
Ah, fuck, someone stole it.
The giggling Fae folk.
Right. I just stare at the spot. RK, you didn't try to play tricks on me last night again, did you? Okay, I believe you. And a very, like, Luna Lovegood kind of face whenever, like, poor Luna had her stuff, like, taken. Just looks around and just says, so my armor has run away.
Armor doesn't run away. Are you sure you didn't misplace it or look in the wrong spot?
I put this specific shiny stick here so that even if I couldn't find it, maybe Sakura could have. And it's...
Can I take a look around to see if I can figure
Yeah,
out?
anyone who wants to help her search, you can each make a
Yeah.
perception check. See if you can...
See if I can get better than a...
Or survival if that's better to see any signs of what may have happened. Good.
Which one of mine is better? Oh, there's
Okay, Sakura, you
Yeah, they're the same.
got a 14.
okay, that's better.
I did better. I got a 16.
Like that 14 excites me now.
I mean, it is technically a living vest, so it could technically run away.
Not like that type of living.
Plants are known to do that.
What happens if we cast Awakened on?
Then it probably...
What is awaken? And she looks at you like completely not knowing magic terms.
An accent. I was.
It was out of character.
I thought you were
So
actually
you
asking
got-
that question.
No.
That would have been funny.
You got a 14, you got a 16. Did you two roll anything, check anything, do anything?
Who are you pointing to?
Sorry, yeah, forgot. I can look at the stream. Husbando and K.
I got a 14.
14.
That was me.
Perception rate?
Or survival if you want to do like a more tracky. Like,
If it's
see-
better for you.
21 perception.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
You're the only one who notices two things because of that roll. One thing, there are no footsteps leading to or from the... You can tell there was an object in the snow that has been removed. Secondly, you kind of tilt your head up to, like, think. And you realize there's a glimmer of something up in the tree. And you look up and you see the armor hanging on a branch.
What?
Kid, okay. Does Kata see him, like, looking
Have you
up?
considered looking up?
Well, I'm gonna look up.
You all look up and you see it. And it has
Oh!
bright, like, red roses
Hey,
on it. It's kind of hard to
Ami,
notice once you notice it.
did you do that?
Second.
I can get it.
Yes,
Don't
please.
move for a moment.
What?
Just don't walk around. Stay right where you all are.
But she can fly, so she technically doesn't have to walk around.
Just stay. I need to check something in the snow. And he completely circumnavigates the camp area, looking for tracks or anything.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Might catch maybe Kanda's paw prints from earlier.
Yeah, you don't notice any
How does
footprints,
he
any
get to walk
tracks,
around and not us?
and you don't notice there does not nothing seems disturbed. Just the armor was moved, floated, something. It's in a tree now.
Maybe those giggling voices I heard on my watch.
I do appreciate your patience.
Giggling voices. I thought you were having a nightmare.
No, I heard it. I was awake.
There were giggling voices during your watch.
Mm-hmm.
You checked that it wasn't me having a nightmare.
Yes, I checked it, but if it was you, it wasn't you.
Okay.
Do you get nightmares often, sir?
Neither here nor there.
So Cora,
They're just like talk
when
about themselves.
when she hears that like
That's why she only writes
stuff was shifted and whatnot, she's gonna go through and check her own personal belongings to make sure that nothing was like taken.
Can I-
Or...
Your lordship, can I get my armor back now?
Yes, my apologies.
All right.
And
If
go ahead.
carry on. Oh,
Sakura, you do not find anything missing from your belongings.
Okay.
Everything is just where you left it.
I just look at Sarah and like, please. Like,
Yeah, Saren's gonna attempt. I don't know if anything will go weird with this, but to fly up and just pick up the armor, bring it on down.
Easy enough. It's not a moving target. It's not that high up. It's above like the headline. You did have to look up to see it, but it's not like way up in the trees.
Yeah.
It's basically at the first branch
Yeah.
that was encountered.
That's
So
nothing.
it's just above y'all's heads. That's all.
Yep.
Just didn't think to go, huh? And for mechanical purposes, it's still got the snow and stuff for the night. It's still snow covered, so it was watered.
yeah.
I wouldn't affect it like that.
I still like just examine and go, okay, well,
Yeah.
and then set it by the fire to warm up, so I'm not have to wear what.
set it in the fire.
Wait,
No, by the fire.
and where is... Would doing like a standard detect magic check on it be able to pick up anything other than the magic of the armor itself?
If there was any sort of like spell or anything that had been used
Yeah.
or was being used to do this, but if you're looking like, oh, could I tell if it was a creature or something? Detect magic does not register that sort of thing. So you would
Would
detect
really help. Yeah.
the vest
you-
if it's magical.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, it's magical, so this doesn't really help.
Right.
On a similar vein, I know we discussed this before, but because I have detect psychic significance, can I see if it was psychically altered? Because I know it's magical, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, you can check.
Okay, I'll do that. Oh, I still don't understand what the spell failure thing means.
You succeeded!
That?
Nothing unfamiliar, I'll say.
Okay.
Seems fine.
Give me a second.
Yeah? Oh, I know, Nevi, I just couldn't reach my shift button at the time.
Hello.
But yeah, I have it written, so I'll send you that poem later.
Okay. I was just thinking about it now while I was checking my inventory that I probably would have that in my inventory now.
Yeah. No, I have it written in my actual paper journal.
Aww.
Yeah, she showed it off earlier during break.
Aww. I wasn't here with that. I was trying to fix the art roll to have Demon Daddy in it.
Yep. But yeah, it's written, my friend.
Oh yeah, when it comes to writing love poems, Pop-Tart does not half-ass it.
I didn't know. I didn't know if it was improv or not. That's all.
No, I write.
Yeah. Still remember those letters.
Good. My legacy. But yeah, so you have breakfast. It seems like that was the only thing that was disturbed. You don't find any other weirdnesses as you're, packing up, as you're getting your stuff, so on and so forth. Get back to me on that, husbando, if you need do that. Because I'll let you handle that. How does your forgetful thing? Is it like over a day or is it like over an hour?
Oh crap! It is over an hour. But we,
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Oh.
we technically haven't been doing that for like the trekking before. But yeah, okay.
yeah, but I'm at least gonna make you do it if you've slept somewhere, because that makes
Okay.
sense as we're getting ready the next day.
Yeah, no, that's valid. So.
But yeah, I'm not gonna make you do it when like you're like taking a break for lunch. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
So unless you guys like purposely make a stop.
12. I don't lose anything.
Yeah. It was weird enough losing your armor that you're a little more like cautious this time, making sure you have everything.
Yeah, I'm like, Arcade, make sure I don't forget anything this time.
So you have breakfast, you pack up your things, you get on the road. Let's find out what the weather's like today.
I will point out that while we're traveling this day, after all the weird oddities from the night before, Sakura is going to be looking about more, not like she's afraid of something, but like staring really hard through the woods and the trees, trying to like just catch that little glimpse of something magical.
Speaking of which, I've been slightly corrected. Just for your reference, Kay, when you did your detect magic, you would notice if you looked that Rain's earring and his dagger do emanate magics.
Nice.
Psychic significance. Not
Oh,
magic.
it's the psychic, not.
Oh!
You said magic
My
in the
apologies.
message. So sorry,
It's
psychic significance.
significance.
You would pick
Okay.
up on that. My apologies.
Crap. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I like interact any differently from when I noticed. I was like, because I'm like, oh, okay, good. There's nothing wrong with the magic, but but yeah, okay.
Yeah, and he's probably like standing nearby, and you just kind of happen to catch it, and you're like, okay,
Yeah,
do with it what you will.
I shall.
But yeah, you said detect magic, or I think you said magic in your message. That's why I was confused. At least I interpreted wrong. Whatever. So those things happen. The weather today is slightly warmer, actually.
I still keep Arcade in my bosom.
When I say warmer, I mean instead of being 32, it's like 46. It's actually like, and no snow. Will not precipitate today. It seems to be right early in the morning. You guys getting ready. It's a much lighter snowfall. Probably the first couple hours you're up, it's getting lighter and lighter, and then by midday, by lunchtime, it's kind of burned off. And so some of the snow's melting a little bit. Not heavily, because I mean it's still pretty solid amount of snow, but like it's melting a little bit. There's some icicles dripping. It's warmer than it has been.
I wish we had been summoned for this task during the summer or the spring.
Yes, but by the time we're there, we'll have a full season to plant and grow before, the next winter hits, so we'll be better prepared for it. This
Can you
is
imagine
cold
how
right now.
luscious this would all look if the trees had leaves?
Oh, I bet it's gorgeous in summer.
I like trees.
Are you sure? Because you, hand drew all these trees.
I like trees.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I like trees. I didn't have to redraw this map, but
But you did. And we love you for it.
it was fun. I like
I
it.
just love them. Just love all them trees.
There are 4 versions of this map, baby! With different seasons.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I like trees.
Trees.
Trees. So, clippity clop, clippity clop. off go your happy horses.
I have to ask: is Maine on his horse as we track?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm on the horse you rode in.
Yep. You see me pull out because I do carry a notebook and everything also, and I make like a check mark in a certain specific page.
Saren's flying a little bit today because it's easier and it's not
Yeah,
snowing.
You're a
Yeah.
bird. You're a bird like.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So not like high or anything, just like where they would be walking. They're just kind of
Yeah.
like
How heavy can you carry something while flying?
not very much. I think it's this number.
Your light load is how much you can move. Like, no
Yes.
problem.
Lift off ground though would be
True.
so 104. So not. I could lift a lot, but I can't move a lot.
Oh,
Probably not like a person or anything like that, but I have no problem with Alwyn.
well, if anything happens and you have to run away, I hope you'd be able to take RK with you. They haven't learned how to fly yet.
Of course, that would be fine.
Well, that's good to know. How come you don't fly all the time? Is it tiresome too?
I don't know, people just look at me especially strange then, and usually when I'm trying to get them to talk to me, if they're too weirded out, I'm sure you understand sometimes, then they just kind of freak out, you know? They're like, oh god, she's so small and she has wings and she's flying. What's going on? Gets kind of old.
I can see that. I mean, I don't mind it. I think you look rather lovely when you're flying.
Thank you.
It would be nice to fly. I don't know if RK will ever get that ability to carry others while flying, but I'm hopeful.
I'm sure RK will do it if they can.
Well, they already do so much, so I don't want to put too much pressure on them.
Of course. Nobody else wants to try flying?
Yeah, I was like, I'm about to ask, is there any other conversation that happens? Or is it an otherwise non-chatty day given the giggling and such?
Not for Sakura. She is absorbed
In
in.
her letter,
Huh?
For poem.
No. She's absorbed in like trying to catch some sort of fairy, pixie, brownie. Like,
Sorry, every
If-
time you say that, I just think of Fairly Odd Parents.
Face to the godparents.
but
Face.
I just want to see something magical. Like, I know that I've seen Saren, but like she's always
she's just top liver.
Wow.
Damn!
no.
I've seen Sarah.
I was born in the first world. Thank you very much.
No, what I mean is you're not a fairy.
I'm a teenage Cabbage Patch baby.
I am Faye.
You are, but like she has in her mind like fairy
The
tales
stereotypical.
That's
Fair
true.
of fairies flitting around in the woods,
Yeah.
just out of eyesight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hearing the giggling voices, and she's kind of a little jealous that her sister got to hear that and she didn't.
And Saren also doesn't like
Much like-
super heavily present their
Yeah,
Fae
Yana likes
aspects a lot,
Kana doesn't like it.
or anything about themselves a lot.
This is the equivalent of a like ghost hunter going into a haunted mansion. Like she's on red alert, just looking.
Yeah.
For
Kana's
that
on Red
little
Alert for
bit
a
of a
whole
glimpse.
entirely different reason.
She's got the spirit box out and she's ready.
Yeah. No, Kana's like the one that's kind of like crouched down, hiding in the corner, slowly walking around, trying to stay close enough to the door as possible.
Oh, so what you usually do in Phasma?
Yep. Yep.
Um,
I usually die in Phasma.
I did notice that.
Yep.
That was a thing that happened. You survived when we played though.
I know. I
You
was
didn't die.
shocked.
You
I
didn't die
know.
at all.
I know. I don't know what happened.
So my name is
I noticed.
towards the head of the group.
Of course.
Because you're on the horse.
The high horse.
The
Uh-huh.
horse.
A slightly taller horse. I imagine it's like 1 inch taller than the other horse.
Just slightly.
It's
Well,
wearing
it probably has better, what do you call it?
reading horseshoes.
Both of the
Horseshoes.
horses are taller than me.
The
They're
noble
lips.
horse.
Yeah, they got lips on them.
Also got his nose up slightly, so
It's got platforms.
I'm suddenly thinking of the horse from Tangled.
Oh, Maximus.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, with that roll, dearest, you do not notice anything in particular. Y'all stop for lunch, at an appropriate time. You stop for lunch, bathroom breaks, that sort of thing. Roll a perception for when you're done. You check stuff on the horse. A perception check for when you're finished. You're checking your horse before you guys get restarted, adjusting your pack, patting them down, that sort of thing. General maintenance.
Just mine or
What was that?
Natural 20.
You notice very easily the dozens of tiny, tiny braids in its tail. Some of them are slightly more tangled than others. But there's various leaves and braids and some acorns that are tied into it. Very small though. Teeny tiny.
Do they
Is there
look
something-
similar to how Saren does her braids?
Like on my shirt.
I mean, it's a 3-strand braid, so yes. It's just small.
Yeah. I imagine it would look kind of similar. 'Cause
It's a 3-strand braid, so it looks similar to what I do to my hair.
Uh,
And I am not Fae.
Or
Saren,
are you?
Not
Yes.
last I checked.
I do appreciate the braiding of the horse, of my horse. Very pretty. You did a great job.
I appreciate that you think I could do something beautiful, because I can. But that wasn't me.
That's not, arrogant at all.
Noble. Have you met this party?
This is why Saren and Ami get well, because we're gonna boast.
Have you met this party, my dude? There's one humble person in this entire party, and it's not you.
Thank you.
I specifically said it was not you.
Thank you.
No. You are not welcome.
It's are
Ed.
really pretty though, and they look a lot like these ones.
But much smaller.
They were yours.
So Cora is listening, her ears twitching around, kind of like how dogs zone in on noises. She's
Something
gonna
drops on
sulk.
your head.
Huh?
Something drops on your head. Just a little tiny thing.
And she's
Karen's,
gonna
admiring
reach up
the
and
braid.
pat her head, but she felt something fall.
Yeah, it kind of still kind of starts to floof up, like how cats get kind of floofed up when they're upset. Just I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Yeah, I go up to Kana and like, are you? I know you said you heard things at night and didn't sleep well, but are you okay?
I don't like the feeling around here. I really don't.
Sakura, it's an acorn.
Ah.
Kana and Ami roll a reflex save each.
Oh god. Wait, what do I need to put up it? So just roll a d20 and what else?
Plus reflex.
Oh, there's a thing for reflex. That's
There is.
13.
Okay.
Okay. 14.
Okay. You both manage to dodge the worst of it as like a whole branch worth of snow just like falls. You get a little bit on each of you, but you miss most of it.
Yeah, and that now Kanna's just like kind of fluffed out even more. She's like, I hate this.
And
Can
you
we please
hear
go?
giggles.
I just imagine her tail like a cat's. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
She's
and then
all
you,
fluffed up.
and then you hear the giggles
I
high
look
up in
up.
the trees.
Yeah, I looked up.
Can we please go? Please.
Where would we go?
why?
No, fuck this. I don't like this.
It's okay.
It's not.
It sounds kind of lovely.
They're
No.
not going to hurt you.
No. No offense to Saren, I'm not trusting the faithful right now.
Hello?
No response.
And then I think we'll also call out in languages are hard to remember names of.
Selvin?
Sylvan.
Thank you. Yes, we'll also
Sylvan?
call out in
Under
Sylvan. And say, hello, we're friends here.
Necrol?
You actually get a response. In Sylvan.
Okay.
I know you friends. You guys do hear a voice, you just unless you speak Sylvan, you don't hear what it says.
So Cora's eyes are just gonna go wide, and her tail's just gonna flick back and forth really excitedly.
I'm gonna attempt to try to placate Kanna, but like yeah, like, you know, like a scared
Petting the
dog or
cat.
cat. Yeah, petting because like, it's okay. I'll protect
I
you.
think-
Don't worry.
I think what Sarah will say back
Yeah,
is,
no, Kanna's just gonna like squint her eyes at you, and her ears kind of go back.
I'm not gonna get any better. Yeah, I
I
think
determine the direction these voices
Up.
are coming from. Up.
Up.
So
Where the
I
snow and the
look in
acorn
that
came from.
direction as my hand eases down towards the light crossbow.
What do you say, Saren?
yeah, I think Saren will. They were still flying, I think, so they lift up a little bit higher, not like up to where they are, but just a little bit higher. Well, I understood you, didn't I? That has to count for something.
No, well, she's not a big sis. So you're a friendly folk,
I am.
and you look like a fairy folk.
I am. I am a Gatling.
What's that?
Mm.
Well, that's her, dummy.
Like half tree, half fae, something like that.
Oh,
What are you?
I can show you.
You come meet my friends?
Kind of big in sis. Could I sit down or something?
Yeah. Hold on a minute. Do you mind waiting? And I think, yeah, Saren will fly back down and stop and say, okay, I need you all to sit down.
Sits immediately in the snow,
Cold.
She's gonna
The
watch you
tail
look
still,
at you,
like-
Saren.
brushing up the snow behind her.
Yeah.
She looks like a kid on
Cautiously
Christmas, by the
look at
way.
you with her eyebrow raised, slowly sitting down, but kind of like in a crouch or type
Look,
thing.
I don't know exactly who we're talking to yet, but they're okay with me being a friend because I'm clearly Faye. And they're not so sure about the big ones, but they want you to sit down and then they'll come out and say hi.
Sakura's gonna grab her tail that is jerking in her hand now because it wants to wag, and she's like, no, stop. Behave, tail. Behave.
I watch to see if Nobleman sits before I sit.
I'm sitting on my horse. Does that count as sitting?
No,
You're too
I'm still
tall.
too big.
Get off the
What
horse.
can I do about the
Get
horse?
off your high horse.
I'm too big.
Well, they don't buy about horses. They already braided its tail, I'm sure. You're being
You're talking-
difficult.
They're talking about you. You have to get off the horse.
I'm the only one that can talk to them.
I politely dismount the horse, kind of
You hear
being
from up in the tree.
patient.
Yeah, the mic doesn't pick up your high pitch. It was just
Yeah!
Being
okay.
patient, and I carefully dust a stump or a broken log nearby and sit on it.
I roll my eyes at you about that.
You hear in not Sylvan,
Okay, we're coming down now.
you hear kind of an insectoid whir, and a cat-like, a cat size, like a small cat size, creature starts, coming down on little wings. Top half is kind of a very waifish woman with like long silvery hair and like some cool markings and stuff on her body. And the lower half is of like a grasshopper or a cricket, and that's the sound you're hearing. She comes down first and lands nearby, not like right in the midst of y'all, closer to Saren, but like well within view.
And you're, okay, here I come.
And with a quite round dragon with big eyes, kind of iridescent shimmer, and little tiny wings. Looks kind of Bumblebee style, where it's like it should not be able to carry it, but it do. Appears next to them. Looking very fearsome, mind you.
Of course.
If her eyes could not get any bigger, they did get bigger. She kind of leans forward so that she's kind of sitting on her knees, but she's like lowering herself so that she's like not frightening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my. Oh, you guys are. Oh. On all my days.
Is your sister okay?
You got
Yeah.
real good sports. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, so pretty.
Are you guys the one that took Ami's armor this morning?
Maybe.
Take that as a yes.
Maybe. It was really hard to carry.
Too heavy?
It was. We both had to carry it. I mean, I'm super strong, but like, Kid needed help.
Why did you move it?
I don't know. It seemed funny. It was funny.
What did he say the name was?
The dragon said that Tig needed help.
I'm trying to keep as calm as possible as I'm like holding Arcade, because I'm like, there's a dragon. Like, I immediately recognize it's like, look, Arcade, this could be you soon. Like,
Yeah, as opposed to like the red one on the map, it's kind of green with like a silvery gold like iridescence to it, like a little bit of pink. Very pretty.
that is
It's not quite that round, but it's still pretty round. You can imagine it could like blow itself up maybe,
Yeah.
but it's still pretty. It's a chunk of a dragon.
Yeah. And I just look at everybody like, kind of like this a little smugly, like, because I know people don't believe Arcade is a dragon, but look, like,
There's a
what up
dragon.
there? Yeah. And almost looks like Arcade. I just need to feed Arcade more, apparently.
It looks nothing like Arcade. Not even remotely.
Of course.
So Cora is going to, like,
Yeah,
she's
Connor definitely
excited.
thinks Ami's full of it.
She starts to move really quickly to reach down into like her pack, but realizing that she's moving really fast, slows down because she doesn't want to like scare
You
off.
know when you move fast around a kitten and it kind of just like the little hop and then all four legs go out? It's like ready to like fight you.
Uh-huh.
That's what the dragon does.
She's going to see if she has any of that honey bread still left over from Lana.
Okay.
And if she does, she's going to pull it out and offer it to them.
You see them both kind of look at it, look at each other, look at it, look at each other, look at it, look at each other.
You think we should take it? We should bribe. It's a good bribe, though. It's a real good bribe.
I think you should take it.
I'm gonna take it. She says we should take it.
She would know.
I know, right?
So Tig bounces over.
She's going to give the bread to Tig, and just like
Hops back over to her friend. They split the bread. And...
While they're eating, I think Saren's gonna lean towards Kana. Are you still scared?
A little bit, not as much as I was before.
Tig looks up. She's like shoved, despite her size and the fact that the bread is, for her size, it was, a decent chunk. She's managed to shove like the whole thing in her mouth, but there's like honey dripping off, so it's like.
I mean, she's always been wary of dragons.
I guess, but
No, it just sounded like kids laughing, and that's kind of creepy hearing out in the middle of the forest.
The dragon looks up at you.
Oh, I wish that was the only thing I could hear out here.
have you
Does
been
not chew
hearing
with his mouth closed.
a lot, Ami?
Almost constantly, but never mind. Can you
So
ask?
this is Tig, and the dragon was. We got the dragon's name, right?
No, you haven't gotten either of their full. You heard the dragon refer to the other one as Tig, but that's it.
that was going to be my next step, but I'm too enamored in.
Are they like? Did they switch to common, or are they still speaking Sylvan?
They switched to common.
Okay, just making
After, once they landed, they started speaking common. It's
Okay.
slightly accented. There's almost
Right.
a musical quality to it that you can't quite identify, but it's common.
I hate to be rude, but in Draconic, he goes, might I find out your name?
Still chewing the bread for a minute.
I'll pop
In
your
Draconic, the dragon replies,
Oh, it's my friend. Tig Tatter Tut. Tig Tatter Tut.
And
What's your name?
you?
and the other one, in not Draconic, says,
Tig Tatter Tut. Always mess that up. They call me Tig.
and the dragon swallows all the honey bread. They're still like sticky, childlike around the mouth. And says,
And I'm Perlavash.
Tig and Paralavan.
That's right. I am the dragon of these lands.
Mighty dragon you are.
Damn Skippy.
I have heard tales of the frightened individuals who would avoid these lands for the fierce dragon that defends them.
That's because they're all poopy heads.
Truly a heroic individual. And he's
Yeah.
transitioned from Draconic into Common.
Perlavash has not noticed.
Does Perlavash continue in Draconic, or has he changed to Common as well?
He changes with you, but he just didn't notice the switch. He just did it. You get
I
the
think there's
impression that if they were human, they're both about 5.5, maybe.
Are you the only ones that live here?
Oh no. Lots of Fae live around here.
So,
Just, we live here.
Take up to
some.
your leader.
Some dragons.
And Ami's trying to figure out whether it's polite to ask, like, can you help train my dragon? It's like, oh, but we have mission. Like,
How to train your dragon.
yeah.
Once we find out that the dragon is not actually a dragon.
Like I said, it's like a arcade is like a magic card. One day you're gonna rue the day.
And then it's going to scream water at you.
While you're trying to take pictures of it.
Scream with texture.
Right.
And that's not until the 30th, by the way.
We know.
so
Nani?
are your other friends right around here?
Times. It's kind of weird. You know about the first world. It's always kind of like wobbly.
Yeah, it is. Is there
So
a
sometimes they're here, and sometimes they're over there, and sometimes
Ah.
they're nowhere.
Yes.
Those times were sad.
Sakura's tail starts to slow down. If you live here, is there any way we can make this better?
We kind of already took care of that, I guess. Yeah, he was mean. Yeah, I know, right? It's so much better now that he's gone. But, like, if you could leave us stuff sometimes, like more bread, that'd be super cool.
I'm sure that could be arranged.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of humans coming through your territory, or is
People
it
come through, like, really fuzzy guys. They come through here, like, all the time.
short
Sometimes they're
fuzzy or
mean.
tall fuzzy?
They're bacon, sis. They're more like you, not her.
Pointing at you and then Sarah.
Yeah, lots of
So we
bacon,
can
sis.
rule out Ed.
Yeah, sometimes they're nice biggins and they just come through, and sometimes they're mean biggins. And we
What
don't
do
like
the mean beginsons do?
they're loud, but not like funny loud. They're like, ugh.
Obnoxious.
Yeah. We don't
Well-
like those bigginses.
We were asked to help take care of some of these mean biggins.
We did that
Wow.
already.
I'm sure there are others too. Yes?
Oh yeah, for sure.
How do you
What
do
it-
Right, Brother
that?
Bash?
What did
Yeah,
you
that's
do?
Well, he was like doing stuff, you know, right? And he was like, I'm a mean bigginses. And he was always grumpy and super mean. He was like the meanest biggin. And then, at least the meanest one we met. And then, he was doing something mean, and we played a prank on him, and then he stopped moving. I think he's
What
dead.
kind
Prank.
He was setting up a thing, and there was a log, and so we just kind of like, you know, used to them.
Where did you have this prank? Is he still there? Dead?
Yeah, he's super there. They don't move once they're dead. Well, most of the time. Sometimes they move after they're dead. Right?
Sometimes
Well,
they
yeah,
still
but
talk
not
after
really
they're.
often.
Sometimes they still talk after they're dead too.
Yeah, we don't like those. But this one doesn't. This one's dead.
Could you
Eh.
lead us to him?
Yeah, but like, it's kind of far. Not like super far, but you have to follow the river, and then once the river goes whoop, then that's where he is.
I look at the others like, is this something you'd be interested in following? 'Cause
I mean, at the
It
very
may give
least,
us
we
an
can.
idea to what the bandits may be equipped with and potential camp locations.
Why they would want to be
That's
here?
what they were calling him.
They were calling him what?
No, not him. The other ones. The other bigginses.
What did they
Like
call
some
him?
of the nice bigginses, they had lots of like fuzz fuzz, and
Mhm.
they were like, bandits suck. And the
Ah.
other one was like, you're super mean. And then he was like, I hate everybody. And so that was the one we dealt with. But I think the other ones, the other mean bigginses, were probably the ones they were talking about because they seem mean.
can
Oh,
I
okay.
sense motive? Because I like just
You
to
can
make sure they're not
certainly
trick-
try.
Yeah, just to see if they're Trixie, Faye, and lying. You know, like
You can certainly try.
18.
I mean, they're kind of hard to read because A, they appear to be children
Right.
by all intents and purposes, and it's hard
But
to consider
children
them
can be
elf-sized.
Trixie too. Yeah.
And also they're fake, so it's hard to tell. The vibe you're getting is they're almost like too proud of their accomplishment, probably. Like it's one of those like if you can trick a kid into telling you like by telling them like, oh, that's super neat, and they'll kind of tell you everything.
Okay.
That's the vibe you're getting here.
Small issue with data, so I'm actually going to have to clock out.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh no. Did you want to
So-
switch to the?
Yeah,
Wi-Fi again?
you got to give me a minute.
Yeah.
That's totally
Alright.
fine. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be wrapping up shortly anyway, so
Yeah.
we'll have to deal
Give me
long.
a second.
Yeah.
I'll do.
And in the meantime, we interpretive dance.
Parappa the rapper.
Oh, I love our little friends.
I
I
love
yeah,
so glad.
Kana's definitely a lot more relaxed now. She's not.
Is it a little hard to be intimidated by?
Hi.
Yeah, it's After like she saw them, she's like, oh, okay, God.
Yeah, I mean, Ami understands being freaked out by children voices, like, but just or being, voices you don't expect in a forest. So
Yeah.
Ami understands that. So
But yeah, so the vibe
That's
definitely
what she was
getting is, like,
terrified with. Just like,
they're kind of too proud of apparently accidentally killing this guy.
I'm pretty proud of them.
That
Seems
Tip
fake.
Killer would be. Yeah, it's like, yeah, prank done wrong. Yeah, that sounds about right.
anyway,
But they're like, yeah. So, yeah, it's over there. You have to go to the little whoop. And once you go to the whoop, then you find him.
do you think
How-
it's more than a day's walk for us Biggins, or?
Oh yeah, you could be there. I mean, you have to sleep, but you could be there tomorrow.
I don't have to sleep.
Is
You
it
can sleep.
some of us do.
the way that they are going or describing where we have to go? Is that more west or south or even east?
That is, if you look on the map, it is this hex right here.
Mm,
Is what
River
So it's that
is.
that particular river.
Yeah, it's that. This is the whoop they're talking about. The
yeah,
whoop.
that's why I was figuring.
Yeah, where they're like, and there's a whoop. He's in there, so he's in this hex somewhere.
I mean, we could always go there and then go,
Just make a more roundabout loop.
yeah. Be
Yeah, you could travel from this hex
this and then
down
down.
to this one, and then follow your path as proposed.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
if we go that way, will I get
Yeah.
to meet more of your friends?
Probably not. They're kind of like busy right now.
What are they busy with?
The lady,
Which lady?
the lady.
The bandit lady?
No, the lady, Big L. She's a
Oh,
she's a big lady.
Is that knowledge arcana or knowledge picture?
You
If
just,
Sakura
you can try
gives-
any check.
yeah. I feel
Is
like I should
Sakura's
do a knowledge check because I would probably possibly know something.
I would say for you it would be a local because you're
Yeah.
born first world, so like you're more familiar with that.
My Arcana's higher though.
Yeah, but it's a local.
I know. Fine.
I got a 19 for arcana.
I got
Okay.
a 21.
This is nothing you've ever heard of.
Okay, cool. So
Not you. Sorry.
oh,
Ami.
yes.
Ami,
This,
okay, yeah.
this is outside of your realm of knowledge. I mean,
Knowledge.
you've heard of plenty of ladies, so sure, fairy lady. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
For you, Saren, I mean, you know that it's kind of a default with the different courts of the Fae and such that
Mhm.
the ruling female presenting individual is known shorthand as the lady. Just usually there's more to it.
Yeah.
But like shorthand, like hearing of, oh, they're busy with the lady. Like, okay, they're courts. lady.
Yeah. I just want to know which one. So I'm like,
Exactly.
hmm.
But they're
Um,
providing that
Yeah.
without prompting, I'll say at least. They just would be like, oh, the lady.
Yeah. I've met a lot of ladies. You're right.
Oh. Yeah, there's a few.
If we should meet this lady, how should
Don't.
She's not a nice lady.
What? Well, no, she's like the super nicest. She's the best lady.
But she
Like the
doesn't like us
bestest, most
Biggins?
beautiful, most beautiful, most.
So she's somebody that takes care of all of you.
Yeah.
I understand.
Motive.
Right.
Sarah has a look of like steel in her, like in their eyes. Like they understand what's being said here.
Yeah,
Uh,
17. Again, it's hard to tell because they're Fae. If you saw this on a more familiar face, it's kind of like when they're like, "Oh, is your mommy mean?" And they're like, "No, she's the nicest mommy ever."
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I think Saren's picking up on that just from knowing Court.
Yeah, you have more familiarity with
Yeah.
Fae, which is why your DCs are a little lower than everybody else's. But yeah, there's very much a like, oh, like, is she a mean?
No, she's the bestest, most beautiful, most greatest, most wonderful lady ever. She takes really good care of all of us.
If we accidentally run into the lady or any of more like you, what's the best way to ensure we stay in your good favor?
I mean, if it's people, if it's like us, that bread is a good bread. We all like the bread.
So anything sweet, basically.
We like bread.
Can you
We like that a lot.
just never mention us to the lady?
Oh yeah, no problem.
Thank
We
you.
don't talk to her much, because we're real small. She doesn't really worry about the wild folk too much.
Yes,
At least
but
not yet.
do you think she'll care later? I mean, I care now, but
Yeah, you're great. You guys are great.
she ever...
Will she care later? I mean, I don't know. Sometimes they care, and sometimes they don't. We don't.
Hmm.
Depends.
Question? Never.
Oh no, this is
Huh?
Sakura's
Tail?
tail. Yeah. We're
It's a
great.
visual-
We're great.
It's a visual representation.
Yes.
Of
I love it.
I can't wiggle my finger around because that tires me out too much. But I can do this. This
More
doesn't
questions.
mean-
Give us more bread.
We have
I
any
pull-
bread?
Sakura will sit back and dig into her bag to see if she has more
I pull
bread.
out a piece. I think I probably always carry like some bits of food for arcade and everything. So I pull out something that's sweet and hand it over. Oh, not as big as a piece because it obviously it was arcade size. But
Yeah. I was looking for something, sorry.
and I assume it's Sakura who has the map, or is it Mayin who has the map?
I would imagine Sakura because she was the one who sat down with the boys to kind of.
Isn't it my map?
Yeah, it is.
No, I thought that they drew us a map.
My
No, they drew
papers.
on her map.
Yeah.
Yeah, they improved her map.
Gotcha.
I
Probably
don't know that
about
Saren
it.
would have been like hard about
That
holding
was a
on
K
to it.
moment. I'm just like,
It was just
I
funny.
realize that's my map. That's my map. My map.
Dave map.
I'm just saying, I was the last one who had it, so I probably still have it.
Well, that's
Yeah.
fair.
They're munching on the sweet for Lavash. She's like, FUP or like us, we like this. We like sweet. We like sweeties. And like, we like the funny juice.
Funny juice.
Yeah.
As in...
You drink lots of funny juice and then you get silly.
I know
Alcohol.
exactly what they're talking about. Yep.
She kind of looks over at Kana. Yeah, I wonder why.
And we like shiny bubbles. Bubbles of society and stuff. That's what the lady called it one time.
Oh, I know definitely that from you, sister.
I like shinies too!
I love
I love
shinies.
shinies!
I love them a lot. She's gonna slowly move certain things to a really close pocket, like on the inside of her dress. But she'll dig in her pocket to see if she has any other shiny baubles that she can give them. Let me see. Do I
There's
have
that rock.
That's one of the things you kind of move to a new pocket.
That's Tony's gift to you.
Yeah. That's a special shiny rock. That's the penguin rock.
Yeah, that's the penguin engagement rock.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So the whole question about the map is,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, Sakura, make sure we mark this area on the map as fairy territory.
She's gonna make a little fairy rings around the note that says weird stuff happens.
That way
Fairies here.
we ensure that we set up an offering, maybe. I know some religions do that, where they have a little offering tablet.
Yeah, we like prezzies.
You like what?
Prezzies.
I actually to show you, I actually do have that on here. Made fairy shrine.
Mayin goes into his pack and pulls out two incomplete like earrings.
Are they shiny?
Yes,
Can I detect psychic presence on them?
you can.
Or detect psychic significance. Oh, I forget. It's a success.
The incomplete ones do not detect of anything.
Okay.
He finishes working the wire and then gets some twine and creates necklaces so they hang as pendants and gives each of them one.
That's actually comical.
Like puts it on, and Pearl of Ash with like little stumpy legs, just like, hey.
Oh, that's like very good on you.
Sakura is going to take out 2 silver pieces, but she's gonna sit back and like polish them really shiny so that she can give it one to each of them because she doesn't have any shiny bubbles.
They're each holding it. You hear, because not actually whispering. They're trying to whisper, but it's very much a stage whisper because they're completely unaware. Pearl of Ash leans over, is like,
Hey, Tig. Yeah? Can I add your coin to my hoard if I give you the next shiny thing? Yeah, dragons need hoards.
puts it on top of Pearl of Ash's head.
Yay!
They're so adorable and precious. I want to keep them. I want to hug them.
I'm really glad
so
that
did
we
you
met
guys
you.
want to see the dead guy?
I think the consensus is yes.
Okay. Let's go!
In Draconic, to Pearl of Ash.
Yeah.
Mine is... A dragon needs its hoard, and
Yeah.
we are in need of information to remove these meanings.
Yeah.
If we were to know more,
Yeah.
maybe able to catch them while they were unawares,
Yeah.
it would be able for us to give you quite a sizable hoard over time.
Okay,
And he
but,
flashes a handful of gold coins.
okay, but I would want a forward payment.
Hmm?
I would want a forward payment.
Yeah, forward payment.
You pay part now as a token of good faith. Because we're good for it.
Oh. But are you saying I'm not?
You're a big insist. I'm not saying nothing. If you assume something, that's on you.
No, and you're assuming Bigginses has pockets full of hoard.
I mean, you did just kind of show me that.
Well, but I did also give you gifts.
True.
Can I use linguistics to try to suss out some of this? Is that a possibility?
Yes, because Draconic is still like everybody. It's very, very common. Like you're actually notable for not knowing Draconic
Okay.
because it's
'Cause
that common.
I also have the feat unintentional linguist, which I had chosen Infernal for, but
Yeah.
Are we
But yeah,
trying to do demon speak?
Daemon?
so,
Daemon?
yeah.
Daemon?
Okay, so let me try.
So yeah,
Yeah.
You might be able to, if you roll well, you could probably pick up some like common words that you hear a lot.
Why didn't you check? Let me try that again.
But you're like, in
25.
Okay, yeah. So you're picking up like not like a lot. You like you're not recognizing like chord, but when like it was like yeah, like that, you're like okay, I know what yeah means. So they're confirming something. There's something. There's like some sort of deal maybe, like an exchange.
But could I kind of assess that? I was like, oh, he's talking to a dragon. I assume we all could see him like show his coins, or did he do that?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So can I just suss out between? It's like, oh,
he's clearly
bragging
offering.
possibly.
Yeah, he's clearly offering gold for something.
Okay.
Between the body language and what you're picking up, you can kind of suss out that like, okay, there's clearly an exchange going on here. You're just not sure exactly what.
Okay. I narrow my eyes at him, but I don't say anything. I just watch this.
I'm going to dig up for shinies, but I thought those were gifts.
This is the business.
He's saying that you would prefer to be only paid and not to receive gifts. If such, then services would be...
No! That you get.
I do enjoy giving gifts. It's something I like to do with
One
my
click.
friends.
One click.
I looked around and I
I have no
realized.
fingers, but it's actually just like the little nubbin up.
One
You hear me
click.
go, fuck, I left my wallet somewhere. Because I was like I was gonna try and like counter deal. And then that's when I realized I lost my wallet.
Can anybody else understand what's going on? Not like
Draconic.
No.
here.
Puts the gold coin, the shiniest gold coin on his thumb, and flicks it upwards really high. Catch.
The silver coins drop off the back of Perlivash's head. Take like grabs them. He starts like.
One gold coin. The shiniest
little
gold
struggle.
coin.
A little struggle. Yeah. Come back down. Shiny hat.
So, if you're done with your noble dealings, can we go find this dead body?
Yeah.
Let's go. I think feeling more comfortable with like two creatures closer to their own kind. Saren flies a little more than usual this time, like a little higher, a little more.
Is anyone wearing any sort of headwear?
I have the two chopsticks that she has from her mom.
Yeah.
Kind of in.
She's got Kana's got cool.
I just have my
small
leaves.
pins in her hair.
I have a mask, but I'm not wearing it. But I have it in my inventory. I don't remember
And
why.
a small helmet I'm not wearing.
Okay.
So
And then Tig flutters up, and like I said, Tig's like the size of a small cat. Bear that in mind. Decides to sit on your head.
Who's
And like
head?
hold, Sakados.
Okay.
You had the big eyes, so like Tig is like, "Yee." And is basically holding the chopsticks like
Steering
controlling
levers.
almost. Yeah. Like, let's go, and like it's not a hard push or anything, but there's the like, let's go. And
She-
she's just Bumblebee.
she is going to walk, but she's gonna walk very like carefully, not like slow, but she's not gonna be like pushing fast. Like she's gonna be mindful that she has a small thing on her head.
Kana's gonna offer Perlivash her shoulder if he needs a break to fly.
No.
Okay.
20 minutes later.
She also
Lands on
pulls her tail and kind of holds her tail in front of her to keep it from like thrashing about. She's a very happy girl right now.
And
Very
we are
happy.
two new semi-familiar to some of you companions of dubious morality and enthusiastic hoarding and accidental deadifying.
Get right in.
That is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Woo!
You might say!
We did it! I'm so happy. You have
We
no
learned
idea.
about a scary lady, another scary lady we get to fight.
Yeah.
No, let's hope we don't fight the fairy
Or be
lady.
friends with or date, you know, there's options.
Hey, she's fey. She might be hot.
Waifu handbook. Come on.
Very
So
true.
I have a question. How is there a spell like if it's like creature level? So I know he has psychic items. Is there any way to determine what they do?
Oh no, they're psychically significant, so you have to look at what
Okay.
the spell specifically says. It means they're charged with emotion or a psychic,
Okay.
psionically relevant event.
Okay.
With your other skills, you could probably, do a read on them very easily.
Right.
Yeah, not at level 1, but yeah.
No, but your
Okay.
other skills definitely will lead into that.
And you might be able to
honestly-
have a similar experience to when
Yeah, I was
Theron
gonna
cast that
say-
spell on you, but with an item.
I wanted to ask you how. Oh wait, there's the range on it, 40 feet. Okay, yeah, you would have also picked that up for literally all of the charms on Saren's top.
Okay.
Like
I
literally
think-
every single one of them. Anything that's like woven into it would have picked up.
Okay, yeah, I think with Saren it would be like that tracks, like
Mhm.
for Faye. Here's a not Faye
Yeah,
noble who I already suspect is lying about a bunch of stuff.
yeah.
Having
Who you think doesn't have emotions, probably.
Emotion, and it's noble.
Yeah.
yeah.
So like it would definitely stand out more to you. I just didn't want to not say that.
I would say in that case, I would argue that Sakura's chopsticks would probably also ping as being emotionally charged.
Okay.
In
If I can
particular.
detect that, like the difference, like oh, this is emotionally charged, then yeah. But his is more like there's a psychically like actual spell charge psychic significance, right? Or a mix of both. Or
No,
is it
they
both
kind of
emotional?
blend together in this
Okay.
particular. There's not like a clear delineation between emotional and psychic because psychic magics are emotion magics. So
Right.
it kind of the borders bleed.
Okay.
So you wouldn't really be able to tell the difference, though I would say as you get more familiar with your party, you would be able to start telling like kind of who it was significant to.
Mhm.
Kind of like an aura thing. So like if you encountered other items that had a similar aura, like say, Saren's is green and you found another item that pinged green, you'd be able to tell that's like Saren's green. If that makes
Okay.
sense. But first you're going to have to kind of get used to them a bit.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I just needed to know to determine like how her attitude towards him is going to change.
Right. So you don't know if
Oh.
it's just psychic magic or if it's like an emotional thing, but he has things on him that are significant.
Yeah. Significant. Okay. So that does make
Remember
me a
the
little
why.
wary.
It's fair.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Because he has
Yeah,
emotion, how dare he, that noble?
How dare he have whole emotion?
Yeah. How dare.
So, but yeah, I'm glad, Still getting used to psychic magics. We don't play with this very often, and they're new to a lot of us, so, we'll figure it out. We're kind of playing a little as we go. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. Thank you for interacting so wonderfully and doing your best, and thank you for watching, and, of course, as always, thanks for playing.
If everybody would like to stick around, I'm going to start a raid for Rose. She's working on some art.
Oh
So
my
let's
God,
go.
one of my cats just farted.
Oh,
Oh no.
That's a great way to finish this. Thanks.
Thanks for playing.
Gas bomb.
And then she left. And then she left. You abandoned me to your butt stinks. Thanks. Ugh.
Meanwhile, let's raid somebody.
yes. Let's go show some love to or Rose. I'm still getting used to her new name.
Or Tony.
Yes. Let's go show love to Tony.
I don't
One
know
line
what
I would
Tony.
like a share in.
Ow, ow.
You struggled with that last rhyme. There was like 6 other rhymes. I'm like, no, these are all like bad. This one's at least like tolerably cute bad.
Alright. Starting the raid. Should we switch over here soon?
Okay.
So, the